for though. you as we get ready for more Sheridan Bronx football tonight. It's homecoming night here at Homer Scott Stadium in the Bronx, taking on the Rock Springs Tigers. We'll get a quick break, come back and take a look at 4A football week number 3 right after this.
Are you tired of dealing with complicated bank switches? At First Federal Bank and Trust, we understand that where you bank matters, and switching to the right bank should be a breeze. Introducing ClickSwitch, your ultimate solution to hassle-free direct deposit transfers. With ClickSwitch, we automatically move your recurring direct deposits from your old account to your new account. It's simple, safe, and takes just minutes. When you bank with First Federal, you're not just a customer, you're a valued member of the community. We take pride in living and working right alongside you, contributing to the growth of our local economy. First Federal Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
Hi, this is Elizabeth.
And JT with EBA Hearing and Sound. Hearing well is living well, and we're here to help.
Not only are we able to provide premier hearing aid technology with Bluetooth and AI, but we can address the environment in which you are hearing.
Our sound consultation services tailor solutions to fit your needs. Whether at work, at church, or at home, if you're struggling to hear, we can help.
Call EBA Hearing and Sound today, 674-8920. That's 674-8920.
Discover your passion and dive into exciting hobbies this fall with Sheridan College's community interest classes. Whether it's printmaking, painting, fly fishing, jazz, yoga, or more, Sheridan College offers a wide range of options to feed your curiosity. Now is the perfect time to tailor your education to your interests. Enroll online today with just a few clicks. Just go to sheridan.edu/community. Need assistance? Call one of the friendly advisors today at 307-675-0115. Sheridan College. Begin your journey.
Your kids are grown and out of the house, but now your aging parents are needing some help. Does this sound familiar? Hi, this is Mandolin Meyer with Hospital Pharmacy West. Keeping track of medications can be confusing. Dosage, frequency, and what about that new prescription? At Hospital Pharmacy West, we'll answer your questions and help you keep it all straight. Visit your hometown pharmacist at Hospital Pharmacy West.
Hometown pharmacy, hometown care at Hospital Pharmacy West.
The law offices of Chapman, Valdez, and Lansing has offices in Sheridan and Casper ready to protect the freedoms and rights of the citizens of Wyoming. Michael Lansing, Nicole Soto, and Wade McCool provide competent local legal counsel focused on small businesses, real estate transactions, guardianships, employee protections, and personal injury. Michael, McColl, and Wade will aggressively, timely, and ethically protect your rights 24/7. Proud to support all local youth activities.
Camco Federal Credit Union was established in 1971, and in the years since, we have continued to take pride in caring for our community and its financial needs. When you open an account at Camco FCU, you aren't just a customer, you're a member, a part owner. We are staffed with a team ready to assist you.
Whether it's establishing or building credit, opening a savings account, or getting the benefits of our rewards checking, join Camco Federal Credit Union and become a part owner today. Camco Federal Credit Union, member NCUA and equal housing lender.
Need screen printed and embroidered items? Well, whatever you need, Kilpatrick Creations is the go-to local company for these types of items. If it's screen printed or stitched, we are the ones to help you. Give us a call first. We're here to help you and want to help you with your imprinted garment or accessory needs. We've been in the business and serving Sheridan County for over 20 years. We have the experience, talent, and selection of goods that allows us to help you promote your business, club, or event in the best, most affordable way possible. Come see Kilpatrick Creations for all your screen printed or embroidered needs.
As the premier sponsor, we're so excited for this year's WYO Film Festival. This is Doris with ERA Carroll Realty. This is a weekend you do not want to miss. It all starts with a Friday feature film on September 28th, followed by a Saturday and Sunday lineup of thought-provoking, humorous, and action-packed movies, movie shorts, and documentaries. Find out more and get tickets at wyofilmfest.org. ERA Carroll Realty. We're about more than real estate. We're about family, friendship, and community.
And welcome back, everybody, as we take a look at 4A football tonight as we get ready for our ball game as the Rock Springs Tigers get ready to take on the Bronx. Taking a look at 4A standings going into week number 4 in the Class 4A. 2 undefeated teams are still left. It's the Sheridan Bronx and the Shinies T-Birds. Then Campbell County, Natrona County, Thunder Basin, all at 2-1. Cheyenne Central, Casper Kelly Walsh, Rock Springs at 1-2. And bringing up the bottom, Laramie and South, looking for their first victories of the season. Other than our game tonight, Kelly Walsh and Natrona play the Oil Bowl at Natrona County tonight. Cheyenne East is playing at Laramie. Thunder Basin is at Cheyenne Central, and Cheyenne South travels to play at Campbell County. Those are the matchups in 4A football. Getting ready for our matchup tonight. Coming up next, Sheridan Media's Kevin Coyle has his Sheridan County Football History Minute.
Planning a project that requires block, brick, or stone? You need to contact the folks at Thompson Master Masons. They have the largest selection of brick and stone in town and 38 years of experience behind their work. Chances are, if it can be done, they've done it. Let Thompson's help you choose the best application for your specific project, residential or commercial. Give Thompson Master Masons a call, 672-7971, or stop by their showroom at 135 East 11th Street.
Do you have family coming to town and not enough room in your home to accommodate them? Book them a room at the Candlewood Suites in Sheridan. They'll enjoy features like fully equipped kitchens that include a microwave, full-sized refrigerator, dishwasher, stovetop, even pots and pans, and free guest laundry. Did I mention the outstanding views of the Bighorns? Book your reservation with the Candlewood Suites and relax knowing they'll feel right at home. Call the Candlewood Suites, 307-675-2100.
For Sheridan Media Sports, I'm Kevin Coyle with your Sheridan County High School Football History Report for Week 3 of 2023. Information courtesy Wyoming-football.com. For Rock Springs at Sheridan, this game kicks off Friday at 7 p.m. Sheridan won the first meeting between the two teams in the 1934 state championship game, while Rock Springs got its first win in the 1935 state championship game. Sheridan leads the series 28-4 with 2 ties, including the postseason, and has won the last 21 times the two teams have played each other, outscoring RS 718 to 240 in the process. Rock Springs last won in 1959 at Sheridan. As far as games at Sheridan go, Sheridan leads the series 16-2 with 1 tie and has won in each of the previous 12 times the game has been played at Sheridan. Sheridan's longest win streak versus Rock Springs is the current 21-game streak that started in 1992, no games played from 1994 to 2008, while Rock Springs' longest win streak versus Sheridan is 2 from 1955 to 1956. Sheridan has shut out Rock Springs 9 times, the last in 2017, while Rock Springs has shut out Sheridan 3 times, the last in 1956. Sheridan's largest margin of victory versus Rock Springs is 51 in 1993, 64-13, and in 2017, 51-zip. While Rock Springs' largest margin of victory versus Sheridan is 19 in the 1935 state championship game, 19-zip, and in 1956, also 19-zip. The most points that Sheridan has scored in a game versus Rock Springs is 64 in 1993, 64-13, while the most points that Rock Springs has scored in a game versus Sheridan is 28 last year, lost 39-28. The two teams have never had a game versus each other go to overtime. For Glenrock at Bighorn, this game kicks off Friday at 6 p.m. Glenrock won the first meeting between the two teams in 1941, while Bighorn got its first win in 2004. Bighorn leads the series 8-5, including the postseason, and has won the last 3. As far as games at Bighorn go, BH leads the series 3-1, not counting 1941 when the game was played at Sheridan, and also not counting 2010 when they played at Normative Services. Glenrock's longest winning streak versus Bighorn is 2 from 2015 to 2016, while Bighorn's largest winning streak versus Glenrock is 3 from 2012 to 2014 and the current 3-game streak that started in 2020. Glenrock has never shut out Bighorn, while BH has shut out Glenrock 3 times, including the last 2 times they've played each other, last year and the year before. The largest margin of victory for Glenrock versus Bighorn is 22 in 2015, 30-8, while the largest margin of victory for Bighorn versus Glenrock is 49 last year, 49-zip. The most points that Glenrock has scored in a game versus Bighorn is 48 in 2009, 48-27, while the most points that Bighorn has scored in a game versus Glenrock is 49 in 2004, 49-6, and last year, 49-zip. The two teams have never had a game versus each other go to overtime. With your Sheridan County High School Football History Report, I'm Kevin Coyle for Sheridan Media Sports.
Co-op, home of the 99-cent soda, invites you to start your day off right with that first cup of Morning Joe and a little something to go from their awesome bakery rack. Then come back for lunch. By now, I know you've heard me talk about their mouth-watering sausages, but they also have a variety of hot and cold sandwiches along with a soup of the day. They really do have it all at Farmers Co-op, 1450 Coffeen Avenue in Sheridan.
Are you ready to celebrate? We are. This is Callie Drell, and I've recently joined First Bank of Wyoming. You're invited to the grand opening celebration of our newly built branch on Thursday, September 28th from 4 to 7 p.m. We'll have plenty of food, great company to mingle with, special giveaways, and more. Mark your calendar because you won't want to miss out. The festivities will be held at our new location at 460 East Brundage Lane on September 28th. We'll see you there. First Bank of Wyoming, Division of Glacier Bank, member FDIC.
Do you have family coming to town and not enough room in your home to accommodate them? Book them a room at the Candlewood Suites in Sheridan. They'll enjoy features like fully equipped kitchens that include a microwave, full-sized refrigerator, dishwasher, stovetop, even pots and pans, and free guest laundry. Did I mention the outstanding views of the Bighorns? Book your reservation with the Candlewood Suites and relax knowing they'll feel right at home. Call the Candlewood Suites 307-675-2100.
Game day fever is here. Come show your support for the Sheridan Bronx football team at McGregor Steakhouse. Stop in pregame, postgame, or during for some delicious appetizers like the signature bacon bites, Wisconsin cheese curds, or wings. Raise your game day spirits with their handcrafted cocktails. Bring your fellow Bronx supporters your loudest cheers and make McGregor Steakhouse your game day destination. McGregor Steakhouse, the family-friendly steakhouse of Sheridan, 549 Midland Road.
Rooting for the home team is the Wyoming way, and the banks of Buffalo, Gillette, and Sheridan are the 307's biggest fans. Banking with us means you're doing more than ever to support school sports because your money stays right here in our community. We're proud to recognize our hard-working athletes with youth sponsorships, and the local difference means the familiar faces you know and trust for your banking needs are the same ones cheering with you up in the stands. BuffaloFed.Bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
You know what they say, if you're not first, you're last. For all your plumbing demands, choose A-Plus Plumbers and Appliance Repair. Commercial, residential, new construction, remodel jobs, and all repairs in between. A-Plus Plumbers and Appliance Repair, because they are number one in a number two business. Call 672-9454. That's 672-9454.
This broadcast brought to you in part by One Health, focused on caring for our communities one person at a time. One Health's integrated care model has been recognized throughout the state of Wyoming and combines primary and behavioral health under one roof. With locations in Sheridan, Powell, Lovell, and Grable, Wyoming, One Health improves the well-being of everyone by providing accessible, quality health care for the whole community. Visit onechc.org for more information.
At WearingSheridan.com, you can see most every vehicle on their lot. In fact, you can see about 25 different photos of every vehicle. You can request information on the vehicle you're interested in. You can fill out a credit application, even schedule service work. Check it out, WearingSheridan.com, and experience the Wearing way of buying vehicles. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. WearingSheridan.com. Bookmark it. Full-service dealership at 107 East Alger, WearingSheridan.com.
And welcome back, everybody. As we continue rolling tonight, it is time for the First Federal Bank and Trust pregame show. My conversation with Bronx head coach Jeff Mowry is next.
Are you tired of dealing with complicated bank switches? At First Federal Bank and Trust, we understand that where you bank matters, and switching to the right bank should be a breeze. Introducing ClickSwitch, your ultimate solution to hassle-free direct deposit transfers. With ClickSwitch, we automatically move your recurring direct deposits from your old account to your new account. It's simple, safe, and takes just minutes. When you bank with First Federal, you're not just a customer, you're a valued member of the community. We take pride in living and working right alongside you, contributing to the growth of our local economy. First Federal Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
Yeah, we get ready to go tonight, Jeff. It's homecoming week, and I remember Don Julian saying, the job of the football team is to win the homecoming game. And that's the sole focus on homecoming week, isn't it?
That's exactly right, Trevor. Homecoming, we all have great memories of our high school days, and homecoming, it's a fun week for the student body. And you're exactly right. We talked about it on Monday with our team, is our job is to win the football game. And we have guys that wanted to participate in He-Man volleyball, and they want to go to the Burning of the Bronc, and they're coaches during the Powder Puff, and they have a great week. At the same time, we got to cap this week off, do it right, and finish strong.
So far so good. The schedule's just been weird, with these games with Laramie and South and stuff. But I will say one thing, and we focused on this a little bit last week. The guys, you got your starters more snaps last week against Laramie.
Yes.
Then you told your punt returners to fair catch.
Yep.
And I said, okay, there's the white flag. Okay, Laramie, we're done pounding you now. But then you bring your young guys in, those sophomores and juniors. Man, did they do a nice job, didn't they?
They really did. We were excited. Anytime we don't have to, burn timeouts when we're switching special teams or when we're not getting frustrated with the substitutions, that means our young guys are locked in and our old guys locking in, make sure the young guys are getting out there. They did a good job running our inside zone scheme that whole third and fourth quarter. Our guys did a really good job of blocking up front. Two young running backs, sophomore running backs stepped in there and got some carries that are gaining good experience at the 4A level, and was really pleased with the way we finished. We gave up the one score, and Coach McKeon will be the first to tell you, as a D coordinator, you always want that shutout. We didn't get that, which was frustrating. But really, overall, a pretty smooth game, and came out of there pretty healthy, I think.
Those guys are all playing offense and defense, so they give up a score, they get the ball back, and then went down and got one of their own. So that was kind of nice. They evened it up, and I can imagine, not only from an experience level, but a confidence level for each individual player, because they're having successes.
Yep, you're exactly right, Trevor, and that's huge. We're trying to build depth with our young guys, and you see a sophomore in Breck Reed gets a pick six in the first half. That's a huge confidence builder for a young man that we're going to need down the road. He can play, and he's got a spot on our squad that we need him to continue to grow. And you see the same thing later on in the game when we see, Will Greer and Keegan Rager jumping in there at running back and doing a great job. Ty Gilbertson is a junior backup quarterback. I have a lot of confidence in him stepping in if ever need be, because he's confident in the offense, knows it well, and our guys up front continue to they really run blocked well last week, and that's really important. As if we can build and rotate through 8 guys in the offensive line, maybe 9 guys, that would be tremendous.
Week 4, do you feel you're on schedule as far as the team developing?
Trevor, I think coaches talked about it this Sunday, and we all think that we're always behind. I think that's kind of a constant thing, and you look across the state and what other teams are doing, and it's hard not to compare yourself. Yet at the same time, we've got to focus on what we do, and we can't change the schedule. You mentioned that. We had a couple games that maybe weren't ideal for our progression. We can't focus on that. We've got to do what we can every single week and focus on the process, because if we eye, a game later in the season in weeks 10, 11, 12, or even week 6, if we're focused on that, we're going to miss out on opportunities to grow this week. And so that's been our focus, is we've got to focus on what we have right now, right in front of us, and we've just got to get better.
It's Rock Springs tonight, and I'm so glad I'm not in Rock Springs, because it's been kind of uncanny over the years. I think last year you beat them good, but there was something about the Sheridan Broncs playing at that high school that took a lot of really good teams in there and didn't struggle, but it just couldn't get things going.
Yes.
It's really uncanny how certain teams have kind of that, as Bruce Hoffman used to say, just have a bugaboo about the place.
Yeah. That's a tough place to play. First of all, it's a long bus trip, and we go down there and we get out on their sideline, and their sideline's empty on that side. There's a train that rolls through there and scares the heck out of you about once or twice a game. Big home side, and so it just feels empty over there. And I don't want to give excuses to our team, but we do struggle playing down there, and we've eked out some victories with some high quality football teams for the Broncs, and got out of there barely and traveled back with a little bit of a smile on our face, just happy really to get out of there with a win. And so Rock Springs always puts up a good fight for the Broncs, and it'll be a tough one again tonight.
You had some recent history with them, beat them here. I don't want to say it wasn't a walk-off touchdown, but it was really close.
Yep.
And then got him in the state championship game. So there's some recent history there. It's been a good matchup, and let's talk about this Rock Springs Tigers club that you've seen the last 3 weeks.
Yeah, the Tigers have had a little bit of a rough start. Start off really strong against Kelly Walsh, big win, 52-7, and then they've had the two teams from Campbell County the last couple of weeks that have got the better of the Tigers. But they're a talented team, Trevor, you mentioned it. We played them in the 21 state championship, and we barely beat them at home that year. Last year, a talented team didn't quite make it as far as they would have liked, but they come back with some returning talent. They have a coaching change this year. Mark Lenhart moved on to Riverton, and a coaching change, so it's a little bit different set on offense and defense than you've seen the last couple of years, but they still have very good talent and guys that can flat play. They've got a returning starting quarterback, running back, and receiver, and their receiver right now is leading the state in anything receiving. So we've got some guys that are going to challenge us.
Let's talk about, before we talk about offense and defense, let's talk about special teams. Right now, the kicking game and the return game is click in these first 3 weeks.
Yeah, our punt return team has just been phenomenal. We really haven't had our kickoff return team get going yet because we've really actually able to return one that hasn't been a touchback. We've seen some great kickers from opposing teams put it in the end zone. Our punt return team has taken advantage, though. I think we have 3 returns for touchdowns. We have a blocked punt already. And so some huge special teams. And as we've talked about through the years, Trevor, special teams are absolutely critical for us. And we're continuing to emphasize that. What we've got to do now is we can't just assume things are going to happen. We've got to remind our players that those things are happening because we're doing our job and we're reading our keys and we're executing. It's not just happening. It's not they're going to score again. No, we've got to go out and do the little things right so it can happen again.
It's not the fault of the punt team. You haven't kicked a punt in the last 2 games. Kind of weird, but they were both blowouts. And Ty Gilbertson-Gilby's booming the ball off the tee.
He is. He's doing a great job off the tee, and he's doing what teams are doing to us. And anytime we can have a touchback and not put it in their speed, in the hands of their speed guys, it's an awesome thing for us. And so Ty's done a tremendous job kicking it off and doing a big field goal last week in Laramie as well. So hopefully he can continue to be consistent, and hopefully his leg stays fresh.
How about well, he's getting a lot of work, that's for sure.
Yes.
He's swinging it a lot these last 3 weeks. Let's talk about the offense into this week. You had some personnel changes a little bit last week. It'll be more of the same this week. Had some guys banged up that were out. Is the health of the team good right now, or is it getting better, or are we about the same?
It's getting better for sure. Alex Haswell sat with injury, and Garrett Way sat with injury the last couple of weeks, and they're progressing in the right direction. They're, again, still a little gimpy, and so we're going to see how tonight goes. We'll warm them up and see where they're at. And, the last thing we want to do is have an injury that's been nagging them get worse right now, because in the middle of this season, we need our guys at full strength. We're going to run a gauntlet of games here that we've got to have all of our guys ready to go. And so we're getting a little bit better. Joanne does a tremendous job in the training room getting these guys ready, and we're hoping to be more healthy after tonight than we have been in the last few weeks.
Because after tonight, you got some dogs coming in.
Yes.
And you're going to be going and playing some really good teams.
Yes, we're going to see the best competition we've seen over the last few weeks tonight against Rock Springs, and then it's just going to get ramped up from here. And so back-to-back physical, fast football teams are coming, and so we've got to be ready to go, and being healthy is critical.
Defensively, it's just kind of hard to get a read the last couple of weeks because the competition wasn't great, but Laramie came out and just kind of smacked you in the mouth their first drive, went right down the field, mixed it up, running pass. All of a sudden, they're on the 30-yard line, and then it seemed like maybe Coach McEwen made a call down to the sidelines, and the guys dug their heels in, and that was it. Laramie did nothing after that.
Yeah, you're exactly right. We were playing so fast at the beginning, we weren't reading our keys, and we had 10 out of 11 gaps covered on the first play, and they find that one gap that we weren't covered where we didn't do our job, and they get upfield. And same thing happened 3 or 4 plays in a row, and then Coach McEwen called the 6-man pressure and got the pressure on him, and we were able to get the turnover, which was huge. We'd really like to not have to be able to do that. So we critically analyzed that first series against Laramie, and we've got to have 11 guys getting in their gaps, and we've really got to make sure to do that, because when you don't, they're going to find it, and they exposed us. You're right. And much better the second series and the third series coming back, much more consistent defensively.
What's the biggie tonight against Rock Springs?
I think the biggest thing is going to eliminate the big play. They've got a very good quarterback, a lefty, started a year ago, and a very good receiver, leading the state with over 100 yards receiving every game so far, and really got to limit number 10. We've got to limit the catches, and if you can't eliminate a good receiver like that, he's going to get catches. We got to keep it in front of us, and he's got the speed to beat us over the top. So we've got to keep receivers in front of us and eliminate the big play. And if we make them drive the field, and like Ty's kicking it in the end zone, if they have to drive the field for 80 yards, I like our chances on defense. And so we've got to be consistently keeping the ball in front and then just tackle well.
Good luck tonight.
Thanks, Trevor.
Are you tired of dealing with complicated bank switches? At First Federal Bank and Trust, we understand that where you bank matters, and switching to the right bank should be a breeze. Introducing ClickSwitch, your ultimate solution to hassle-free direct deposit transfers. With ClickSwitch, we automatically move your recurring direct deposits from your old account to your new account. It's simple, safe, and takes just minutes. When you bank with First Federal, you're not just a customer, you're a valued member of the community. We take pride in living and working right alongside you, contributing to the growth of our local economy. First Federal Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
Well, we're just about ready to get this thing kicked off. It's coming up at the top of the hour. We invite you to stick around. It's the Bronx and the Rock Springs Tigers, and it's all coming your way next.
Wyoming corporate office is located at 30 North Gould Street in Sheridan, and they provide a myriad of services. What is a registered agent, you may ask? The real question is, what aren't they? Wyoming corporate office can assist you in forming your LLC or Wyoming-based corporation, provide mail forwarding service, and accept legal and financial documents, and so much more. Learn more today by visiting WyomingCorporateOffice.com.
Hi, it's Kathleen Jack Wood from 307 Real Estate. Are you tired of renting? Well, give us a call at 307-763-1249 and let us help you. There are many opportunities out there, and we'll do our best to help you find your dream home.
You're right, Jack. We believe in our clients, and we'll do our best. We've all been there at one point in our lives, so let us help you get into the home you've been dreaming of.
Remember, you're in heaven living in 307. Call Kathleen Jack and get under contract. 307 Real Estate, 307-763-1249.
Have you been in to see Sheridan YO sports cards yet? It's the spot to get your hands on incredible sports cards and memorabilia. Sheridan's premier spot for buying cards. All major sports cards, including fighting, wrestling, Pokemon, and even racing. These guys have hobby boxes for the serious collectors and packs for those getting started. Graded slabs from PSA, SGC, and if you have a big card to grade, talk to the guys to have your card submitted to PSA. Family friendly and located inside Sheridan Stationery Books and Gifts, 535 North Main, open 7 days a week.
Wherever you are, you'll find a branch of Sheridan Community Federal Credit Union. And here's why. If you have a Sheridan Community Federal Credit Union account and a smartphone or other mobile device, visit SheridanCreditUnion.com. Download the free app, and your smart device becomes an internet mobile banking device with all kinds of banking features. So, regardless of your location, Sheridan Community Federal Credit Union is in the palm of your hand. Member NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Are you ready to turn a page on your career? McDonald's restaurants in Sheridan have an exciting opportunity. McDonald's is on the lookout for a dynamic full-time shift manager to lead the team, starting at an impressive $21 per hour. This open-to-closed position, including weekends, offers stability and opportunities for advancement. This shift manager position has a starting pay of $21 per hour. Visit McHire.com to submit your application online or drop by any McDonald's location in Sheridan to pick up an application.
Dealing with bone and joint issues? Schedule a visit with Sheridan Orthopedic Associates. Their board-certified orthopedic surgeons are experts in all aspects of orthopedics, focusing on sports injuries as well as joint problems from the feet, ankles, and knees to the spine and upper extremities. After all, they've been providing the area with surgical excellence and outstanding patient care for almost 50 years. Learn more about Sheridan Orthopedic Associates online at SheridanOrtho.com.
And a very good evening, everybody. Welcome as we get ready to roll here at Sheridan High School. And the Sheridan Bronx and the Lady Bronx, or the Sheridan Lady Bronx, are playing volleyball right now. The Sheridan Bronx getting ready to take on the Rock Springs Tigers. It's homecoming week at Sheridan High School, and the Bronx taking the field. We'll have opening lineups here coming up in a minute. Ryan Parker joins us tonight. Ryan, great to have you. Ryan, 73 degrees and sunny and no wind.
Beautiful football weather.
I was going to say, what do you say about that?
Man, you couldn't ask for a better night for a homecoming game. And, you know, it looks beautiful, this new turf. Bronx are wearing, you know, they're blue and gold.
Got the blue and gold going tonight on homecoming night. Again, it's 73 degrees and no wind and homecoming night. And there's a few clouds in the sky. But, my friends, it is so gorgeous tonight. And we're really looking forward to it. It's so good to be back home. We made the long trip to Laramie last week, and it's so nice to see our guys back on the home field as they take on the Tigers tonight. And the Rock Springs Tigers. And the Bronx, first off, the Tigers bombed Casper Kelly Walsh in the opening weekend of the season. Then they had their issues. They've dropped 2 in a row. And the Tigers have had some issues the last couple of weeks and some internal problems as well. And for the Sheridan Bronx to get ready to host these guys, and as you heard in the pregame show, the Bronx have had an interesting kind of history with Rock Springs over the last several years when the league went to a 10-team league. Beat them in 2021 in the state championship game. Remember, though, it was literally a walk-off touchdown in the regular season where the Bronx won that. And right now, I want to recognize Kyler Mines, and I think a lot of people know Kyler through social media or on the media. Tyler received a head injury, and he's been in Denver Children's Hospital for over the last couple of weeks. And right now, they had a moment of silence for Kyler, and Ryan, I've been talking with the coaches and some of the kids over the last couple of weeks, and it brings this all back into perspective with this 15-year-old young man really fighting for his life down in Denver. And we're praying like crazy that we're going to have a good outcome. And the school's recognizing Kyler tonight, and we're with the family, we're with the young man as well. And I know that we're going to play a football game tonight, and I'm going to get jacked up and get all excited about it. But the big picture is not about this football game. It's about that young man.
Absolutely. And I thought it was, very classy of Coach Mowry to go down the day before and go and visit him.
He left at 3:30 in the morning last Friday.
Okay.
And made it to Denver and visited with the boy and his family, and then came to the game in Laramie on Friday. And he, the thing I will tell you about Jeff Mowry is a good man. And last week on Friday when we did the post-game show, he really had a hard time getting through the interview on our post-game show because of just thinking about Kyler. And Jeff's comment to me was, he's one of my kids.
Yes.
And that's the way coaches feel about their players.
You know what? It's a brotherhood.
And so
whether you're a senior, whether you're a sophomore, maybe even the freshman kids.
The coaches.
It's a brotherhood.
Yeah, the coach thing, and I want to tell people, the first time you want to complain about who gets to play and all that kind of crap, these coaches love your kids. And it doesn't matter if your kid is the All-State or Gatorade Player of the Year or a third-string offensive lineman. Jeff Mowry and these coaches on this coaching staff consider your sons and daughters at Sheridan High School their kids. And if you could have seen the look on Jeff Mowry's face last week, we barely got through our post-game interview, and I could just feel the caring that he has for all these boys is amazing. And I just want to let you know, these are the type of character individuals we have in School District 2 that are looking after our kids when they go on the road and things like that. And now we're going to play a football game, and I'm going to get all jacked up because I want the Bronx to rock these cats. That's all I want. Right. You know me, Ryan, you know me. I'm here for the blowout. But we have, there's bigger stories and stuff like that. And I just think it's so cool that we're all behind Kyler, and we just want we're praying. We are praying for the best possible outcome. Let's talk about the ball game tonight. Rock Springs, big win in their first game, got rocked a couple of times. The Bronx, the schedule just kind of set up the way it is. A couple of cupcakes early, a couple of tomato cans. After this week, it gets for real.
It does. But like Coach Mowry says week in and week out, you can't overlook who's in front of you tonight. You've got to go and play. We understand that Natrona's got some internal issues going on. 2 hours before kickoff last week, their head coach is suspended or whatever the scenario might be. So they've got a brand new coach on the sideline tonight. But that doesn't change how Mowry's going to look at this. They're going to go out and they're going to execute, and they're going to play Sheridan Bronx football.
Once you start playing, no one feels sorry for you. It's just like I've talked over the years about, like, there's injuries and some basketball teams might have injuries and your best player's out. Guess what? Your opponents don't feel sorry for you.
Nope, it's next man up.
And that's what we've seen. What I really liked about the last couple of weeks, and that's just kind of the way the Sheridan program operates, Ryan, is they pulled all the starters right to start the third quarter last week, and all of the juniors and sophomores played the entire second half. And all that does is build confidence with those young guys, and it gets them experience. So if we get an ankle or a tweak in the next 3 weeks, somebody can step in and go. The Bronx won the toss. They elected to receive, and let's get this thing going right now, because now the juices are flowing. It's homecoming week. We got a great crowd. A lot of folks from Rock Springs made the trip down as well. Let's go right now. And as I've said for I don't know how many years, I mean, it goes back more than a decade. When someone gets ready to kick off or punt the ball to the Sheridan Bronx, do not go anywhere.
No.
Don't go get a beverage. Do not go to the restroom. Just hold it for a minute, because we could be in the end zone anytime. Now, I will say this: over the years, I've kind of seen the game of soccer really take hold in football, where all these schools have these kids that play soccer and they can really swing it and kick it. So there's not a lot of opportunities, Ryan, anymore to return kicks. But if you miss one,
look out.
You might pay.
Yep.
So the Bronx will go back. Wyatt Phillip and Dane Steele, and again, I've said this for years, our dangerous return man. As we get ready to roll here. And it will be Michael Rubich kicking off for the Tigers. And our return men stand at the goal line, and this one will be returnable on a bounce and another bounce. It's going to be Wyatt Phillip. He's going to keep it. 10, 15 gets hit, shakes off a guy that got him pinned against the sidelines. He didn't really do much with that. Good kick right there. Nice little squib kick.
That was actually Cody Dunham.
Yeah, it was Dunham. Okay, so he had nowhere to go.
No.
And it was a good squib kick that time by the Tigers.
Looked like a little confusion on that bouncing ball a little bit. Looked like Dane and Cody weren't sure who was going to pick it up.
So the Bronx will start off 1st and 10 on their own 19-yard line. Your quarterback is Dominic Berrettini. 4 wides in the set, 3 to the near side. 1st and 10 Bronx. Taryn Groomsy in the backfield. Saw Groomsy this week. He was at Sheridan Media this week on our Public Pulse program. He's part of the We the People team.
Oh, there you go.
So it was great to see Taryn.
He's not just an athlete.
No. And they're going to come out throwing, get the ball out to the outside, get a block, another block, and the Bronx will have a first down, close first down, as coming up with the catch was Dunham.
About 9.
So Dunham gets 9, 2nd and short. Bronx quickly back to the line of scrimmage. Empty the backfield. Groomsy, the running back, will line up as a slot receiver to the near side, and they'll empty the backfield. Now the play from the sidelines on 2nd and about 2, let's call it, from the 27-yard line. And the give's going to go to Groomsy's got the first down, and he'll be dragged down near the 34-yard line. So a fresh 4 coming up for the Bronx.
Nothing fancy there.
Nope.
They sent Grooms in motion, and they just handed it off to him. And he just cut it up the middle and got the first down.
Getting just underway, no score on the range scoreboard. 1st and 10 Bronx at their own 35. 3rd play of the ball game. Groomsy back in the backfield, going to come out throwing. Get it to Dane Steele, underneath, middle of the field. Oh, look out! He's got a chance! He'll cut back inside the 30. At the 25, looking for blockers, and they'll run him down at the 19-yard line of Rock Springs. Oh, my goodness, that kid gets in space. Ryan, look out.
Look out. Rock Springs actually did a really nice job of getting some angles.
The thing I loved about that, did you see how he slowed up? He slowed up.
He waited for his blockers.
He was waiting for blockers. Oh, there's something beautiful right there. Dane Steele to the 19-yard line of Rock Springs, and here come the Bronx. They're rolling. Early in the ball game, Berrettini, it's a quarterback keep. Going to the right side, looking for a block. Not much there. Maybe got it to the 14-yard line. There wasn't much there. He still got 5 or 6.
5 or 6, yep. But just what a great football mind Dane Steele has.
You know, you can't coach it.
Nope.
You cannot coach that kind of stuff. Quickly, back to the line of scrimmage. The Bronx line up. Groom still in the backfield with Berrettini. Dom will take a look at the sidelines. Play comes in 2nd. We'll call it 5. Just outside the 14-yard line of the Tigers. Bronx again quickly down the field. 2 minutes into the ball game. Clock running. Berrettini. Grooms. Nothing. And lost a couple.
Who was it? Number 50.
Well, that time the Tigers blew up the line of scrimmage, and that'll bring up 3rd down and about 6.
That was James Moore on the tackle. He just shed that block and was right there.
So Grooms had nowhere to go. They'll spot the ball at the 16-yard line. Bronx still in 2-down territory. So 3rd, we'll call it 7 from the Rock Springs 16-yard line. So 3rd and 7 coming. Empty backfield. Man in motion. And they're going to go jet sweep, and there's not a whole lot there, but Grooms breaks a tackle. He's at the 10, 5, and upended at the 3-yard line, and a first down for the Bronx.
We got a flag on the field. I think it's coming back.
And we're going to get a hold against the Bronx.
Yep.
So holding will be the call against the Bronx. It'll be a spot foul from about the 18-yard line. Oh, boy. It'll be 3rd and a mile from here.
Yep, that'll back them up 10.
But you know what? This offense
block in
is
the back.
So this thing is so wide open. The offense is so wide open, Ryan. 3rd and whatever, I don't think matters.
No.
I'm looking for number 3 right now, Dane Steele, maybe to get this ball. Dane will line up as a wide receiver to the near side. Also with him there, Dunham will line up with him. Also with him is Jackson Lynn on the near side. So 3rd and long for the Bronx. The line of scrimmage will be the 28-yard line of Rock Springs. And Berrettini to throw. Throws it underneath the Steele. He's got it. He breaks a tackle. We dropped it about, the 13. And that'll bring up 4. You know what?
Decision time.
Do you kick it or not?
I don't think so.
I think you go. You're at home and you're early. We're going.
Yep.
I know that, look, Ty Gilbertson kicked a 45-yarder last week, so we got plenty of leg. This isn't about field goals. It's 4th and 4 for the Bronx.
Well, it's just situational football.
Yeah. You know what? You trust your defense. It's so great to see Alex Aswell back out there. He's missed the last 2 games with injury.
Just need to get that man some reps.
4th and 4, and it's going to be Dane Steele taking the snap here at the quarterback, and he'll keep it. Running left. Oh, they're all over him. He gets hit, breaks the tackle. He breaks another one, and he's got the first down inside the 10-yard line. That's somebody that really wanted it.
All on his own. That was just pure Dane Steele effort right there.
Defender had him around the shoulders, and he shook it loose. And they're going to say the Bronx are short. And Rock Springs is going to take over on downs.
Okay.
I
thought he had it.
Well, that's where the spot is. It's going to be shy of the first down.
Yeah, they had to get across the 10.
I thought he got across the 10. And they're going to say the spot is on the 10. So the Bronx don't get the first down. I thought he was plenty.
I think
so. First and 10 for the Tigers.
Less than a football length, I think he missed it by.
Well, you know what? Tip of the cap to the Tigers getting the stop. So they stopped the Bronx on 4th down. Boy, that was really close.
Yep.
So 1st and 10, Michael Fagel, the 2nd-year starter. Boston James, the running back. Cale Anderson's the guy we want to watch, number 10, leading wide receiver in the state. And it's going to be Boston getting the first carry, and maybe a yard or 2. Breaks a tackle, though, and he's going to get a little bit more than that. He's going to end up with looks like about 5 yards.
And every blue jersey was around that ball.
So a pickup of 5, and he didn't have much. Actually, they're going to give him 6.
Yep.
Down across the 10-yard line to the 16-yard line. So nice run by Boston on 1st down. So the Tigers hold the Bronx on downs. We're 4 minutes into the game. No score on the range scoreboard. Fagel gets his guys to go kind of a powerized set with a fullback in the backfield. He'll go under center. Boston gets tripped up and dropped immediately and will lose a yard.
That was Colin Custis on the tackle.
Stop for a loss. 3rd and about 5.
So they'll lose a yard. 3rd and 5 coming for the Tigers. Look for him to chuck and duck right here. Again, number 10 is Cale Anderson, leading wide receiver in the state, averaging 100 yards a game through 3. That's not bad for a high school kid in Wyoming. That's pretty dang good.
Right.
100
so
yards a
they've got
game.
Some playmakers.
You got a couple of playmakers on this squad, so let's see how the Bronx play it. If they go man, or if they double the guy. But again, the quarterback still has to deliver. So 3rd and 5 for the Tigers at their own 15-yard line. 4 wides in the set. Now they shift. Bring a man in motion near side. Blow the flag. It flies. We're going to get a delay. That hurts.
Yep.
That kills you right there. They were just late. That'll cost the Tigers 5. Now it's 3rd and 10. 3rd and 5, 3rd and 10.
Huge difference.
A huge difference. And actually where they spot it, we'll call it 3rd and 9. Actually, I think our down marker is incorrect. It is 3rd and 10 back at the 10-yard line. The nose of the ball just across the 10. No score on the range scoreboard. 7:09 to play opening quarter. Bronx stopped on downs on their first drive inside the Rock Springs 15. 3rd and 9 coming. Fagel to throw. Bronx bring the heat. Chucks it outside. And it's caught by Anderson. He'll have a first down out at the 29-yard line. Well,
there he is.
As advertised.
Yep. Nice throw by the quarterback.
I'll tell you what about Anderson. He's a big old kid. About 6'2", it looks like.
Yeah.
Nice throw, nice catch.
He was wide open, though.
Well, you might want to double him, maybe. 1st and 10 for the Tigers out across their own 29-yard line. Nice throw and catch. Just like to see the Bronx bring some more heat on Fagel. Hard to complete a pass when you're on your back. Fagel out of the gun, couple of running backs to the backfield with him. It's going to be Boston running right, Bronx all over it. Forget about it. He'll lose a couple. Blue and gold all over that.
Colin Custis gets up off the bottom of the pile.
Haswell was there. Jackson Lynn was there as well from his cornerback spot or linebacker spot. A loss, they'll call it a loss of 1, so 2nd and 11. You know, it's kind of funny how somebody gets a first down against the Bronx. All of a sudden the defense is like, oh, no. And then they get fired up.
Yep.
It's kind of a challenge, I guess, to them. Hey, a lot of people at Sheridan High School tonight. We got the volleyball team playing right now against Thunder Basin. Lady Bronx are playing. 2nd and 11 for Rock Springs from their own 29. Taking a while here. Officials counting it down. They get the snap off and Fagel to throw. And he gets drilled as he let it go, and the receiver gets smoked. Oh, Anderson got drilled at the line of scrimmage. They may have got a lot, but Fagel really took a shot.
Yeah,
and
he
that'll
did.
bring up 3rd down.
I wasn't sure he saw that heat coming, and he got it off just in time.
Boy, he really took a shot. Anderson, the receiver, took a shot as well. They gain maybe a half yard to the 30, so we'll call it 3rd and 9. And now that Bronx defensive back unit, they got to find number 10. Find number 10. Do not let him have the ball. And number 10, Fagel, will break out to the near side. He's the wide guy on the near side. 3rd and 9 for the Tigers from their own 30. Fagel to throw. Has time over the middle. Got a man. Drop the football. They'll punt.
Boy, that was right in his mittens, too.
You know, that's one of those where you're going to catch it to run. That was Bryson Coombs, the running back.
So a score from the first set of the volleyball game going on. Sheridan beats Thunder Basin 25-19 in the first set.
Nice.
I've got a little spy down there.
A little bit. No, he's not. He's a big spy.
Oh, true.
Not a little spy.
Set to receive.
And the Tigers will punt. And the kick is away. A short, high kick. Fair catch called for, and it will be fumbled. And the Tigers have it at the Bronx 40. If you call a fair catch, you don't necessarily have to catch it. And the ball was dropped by the Bronx. It was muffed by Dunham. And the Tigers are going to have the football at the Bronx 41.
Boy, oh boy.
Penalty flag down back at the 27-yard line. Oh, got to kick it again. Oh, the lucky Bronx.
Illegal formation.
You lucky Bronx.
Yes. Cody Dunham just got bailed out.
Oh, he did. He muffed it. The Tigers would have had the ball at the Bronx 41. Dane Steele is talking to Dunham right now. Don't do that again.
Shake it off.
If you call a fair catch, you don't have to catch it.
Right.
Just let it go. So if a penalty against Rock Springs, they'll back him up 5. They'll have to kick it again. Oh, as I've always...
And you know what Rock Springs is thinking right now?
Dang.
We have to kick to these guys again?
Don't kick it to number 3. And I've said this for years. Oh, you lucky Bronx.
Yes.
Here's the punt. It's short and high.
Get away.
This will not be returnable. Fair catch called for. This time he caught it. You know what? I love that.
47-yard line.
Dunham, after muffing the first one, says, you know what, Coach, I won't drop this one. Called a fair catch and came up and got it. Bronx with great field position at the Rock Springs 47.
And that still wasn't easy. There were a lot of people around him when he's trying to make that fair catch.
We got a lot of faith in Cody Dunham. And
absolutely.
That just happened. And
that kid's a gamer.
And lucky Bronx.
Yeah.
With the penalty.
Well, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good.
Yep. So first down for the Bronx at the Rock Springs 47. No score on the Range scoreboard. 5:12 to go in the opening quarter. And here they come. Groomsy in the backfield along with Berrettini. 4 wides in the set for Dom. Dom with a long count. Now they'll take a look at the sidelines. Here comes the play. And now it comes in. No change in formation. And now Dunham will come in motion. And Berrettini back to throw. Could have been a flag. They'll throw. Got Dane Steele for the catch. And he'll be taken down inside the 25-yard line of Rock Springs. I thought that we had motion.
Yep, Cody Dunham got a little anxious.
I was going to say, it looked like he turned upfield a little too soon.
Now, if we were north of the border, that would be okay.
And it's coming back. There's a flag.
Yep.
So it is coming back. Yep.
Good play.
So just about a half a step, Ryan Dunham turned it up.
Dang it. We're all right.
That'll cost the Bronx 5. I thought that Dunham did turn up field too soon, and our officials saw it as well, so they'll move the ball back to the Sheridan 48-yard line, a 5-yard penalty, 1st and 15.
As an official, though, the official on this near side called it, and Cody was clear on the far sideline, and that official did not call it.
So 1st and 15 for the Bronx at their own 48. No score. We're 5 minutes left in the first quarter. Berrettini going to keep it himself. Dom with yardage, breaks it to the outside, 1st down and more. And it's on the run. Now it's a foot race at the 10, 5. Touchdown, Dominic Berrettini! 52 yards.
Untouched.
Oh, my goodness.
What great vision. And he was patient.
Oh, my
goodness. That hole. He was patient, broke to the outside, and we all know that he's fast.
And one thing you say about Dom's a threat. Dom is a threat.
That he is.
52 yards for Dom Berrettini. I'm choked up. Sorry.
No problem. We got Gilbertson on for the point after.
Sorry about that. I got choked up. So Ty will come on for the point after. It is up, and it's good. Just under 5 minutes to play opening quarter. Bronx are on the board. 7-0 Sheridan on the Range scoreboard. You're listening to Bronx football on KWYO and 1410 KWYO and 106.9 FM.
Oh boy, I can't think of anyone that doesn't like pizza, except maybe 1 or 2 finicky Italians. But for the rest of us, Farmers Co-op is cooking up new personal pan pizzas Monday through Saturday in the deli shop. Breakfast pizzas, pepperoni pizzas, combo pizzas, or just plain cheese pizzas. You can't go wrong at just $3.99 plus tax. Heck, at that price, you can try them all. Personal pan pizza at Farmers Co-op Convenience Store, owned by those they serve at 1450 Coffeen Avenue right here in Sheridan.
At Sunlight Federal Credit Union, we know how important convenience, time, and flexibility are for you. That's why we've joined the Co-op Shared Branching Network, which gives you access to your account at over 5,600 branches across all 50 states. That's just one more way we make Sunlight Federal Credit Union your branch for your funds, no matter what you're doing or where you're at. Join Sunlight Federal Credit Union today and start experiencing the credit union difference.
Hello, this is Benton Johnson with Sheridan Motor, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Welcome back, everybody. Sorry I got choked up on that last play. And a high end-over-end kick out of the back of the end zone from Ty Gilbertson. And Rock Springs will start off 1st and 10 at their own 20. Dom Berrettini, 52 yards. And, Ryan, that's just a called play. Quarterback keeps, and he took a couple of steps to the outside, and that was over.
Yep. Great.
Dom's a little quicker than you think.
Great field vision. He saw that open up to the outside, and he hit that. He got outside those hashes, and he was gone.
So 7-0 Bronx, 4:57 to play in the opening quarter on the Range scoreboard. Thank you for joining us tonight on KWYO, 1410 AM and 106.9 FM, and also our live video web stream at SheridanMedia.com. 1st and 10 for the Tigers on their own 20. They had to punt their first time. Penalty backed them up. And now Fagel ready to go. And the give is going to go to Coombs, and maybe got 2 or 3, and that'll be it. Not a whole lot there. Let's give him 3 on the play. 2nd and 7 coming for the Tigers. Again, they, excuse me, they bombed Casper Kelly Walsh in their first game of the season, and then they really took it on the chin in the last couple of weeks, including a loss last week to Campbell County. And they had to play Cheyenne East, who whooped them pretty good. So 2nd and 7 coming for the Tigers from their own 23. Fagel will go under center. Quick toss to Coombs. Nothing there. Maybe the line of scrimmage. Actually, he'll lose a little bit, I think. Bronx, hey, a lot of blue and gold all over that, Ryan.
You know, that defense just, they stayed at home. They were ready for him to cut back after the pursuit. And the defensive backs and linebackers stayed home and filled that hole. There was nowhere for him to go.
No gain. 3rd and 7 for the Tigers. Again, under 4 minutes to play. Clock running first half on the Range scoreboard. 7-0 Bronx. They lead it. 3rd and 7 coming from the Tigers. Their number 1 guy, number 10, Anderson, the wide receiver to the near side. See if Fagel's going to look that way. I'll bet he does. He's looking right at him. He'll throw it out underneath this time. And the Tigers, I think, are going to have a first. It's going to be close. Out of the backfield was the...
Yep, got enough for the first down.
So just enough. And again, they split. That time they went after, they didn't go to Fagel. They threw it underneath, and making the catch was Sam Thornhill at the 31-yard line, so the Tigers get a fresh set of downs.
And Cody Dunham has a tough job tonight. That's who they've got covering Anderson.
You know, that's a tough matchup one-on-one.
But you know what? Knowing Cody, he ain't going to shy away. He's like, let me do it.
1st and 10 for the Tigers at their own 31. 3 wides in the set. Bring a man in motion near side. That's your blocking back. Coombs gets it, breaks one tackle, then breaks another, and he's going to be close to the 40-yard line. Actually, they'll spot him at the 39. A gain of 9 on the play, maybe 8. We'll call it a gain of 8. 2nd and 2 for the Tigers.
Cody Dunham
Again, the last couple of weeks, the Broncs have had the tomato cans at the bottom of the order here with Laramie and South. These guys are a little bit better. A lot of better competition tonight.
Correct.
With Rock Springs. It's a step up, and then we get Thunder Basin, got Shinies coming up, and then the season gets for real.
Yes.
Over the next couple of weeks. Now it's
We've said it for a couple of years. It's the gauntlet.
Yeah, you
got to run it.
You pounded the bottom feeders, and now you got the big boys here. On 2nd and short, Coombs will have the first down by about a half a yard, and the Tigers' drive stays alive. So we're at about... They stop the clock, wind it now. Under 2 minutes to go now in the opening quarter. Broncs lead it 7-0. Again, Dom Berrettini with a 52-yard touchdown run. Our only score of the game. First down for the Tigers. The ball just across their own 42-yard line. Man, I'm going to tell you what, there's nothing better than September football, and it's starting to cool off. It's not even jacket weather, Ryan. This is a beautiful night for anything, but a great night for football. Fagel out of the gun this time. 3 wides to the far side. And he's going to sprint out left, looking to throw, unloads it underneath, got a man. It's going to be caught for about a 5-yard gain.
Boy, the Broncs got no pressure on him that time. That offensive line did a great job giving him time to throw.
Sprinting to his left. He's a lefty, so that's his side of the field to sprint to. You're on the, it's hard to defend the short passing game, and we'll see that in a couple of weeks with Cheyenne East. I mean, they pick you. I mean, they dink and dunk down the field. It's not like they chuck and duck it a lot. They dink and dunk you, and that's a dink and dunk right there for 5.
For sure.
And if you're going to dink and dunk it, 5 yards at a time is the way to go. Fagel again.
And that offensive line for Rock Springs has some size.
They got some girth.
Yep.
So Coombs will stay in the backfield with Fagel out of the gun again on 2nd and 5. Fagel bobbles the snap, has it flagged down, throws out in the flat. It's caught by Anderson. He gets drilled at about the 49-yard line, but look out, I think we're going to get a false start.
Jackson Lynn. Illegal formation. They didn't have enough guys on the line of scrimmage.
I was going to say, it looked like to me, Ryan, that they had 3 wide receivers on the far side of the field, nobody on our side, and they didn't have enough.
Yeah, the one receiver here on the near side was motioning to the outside receiver to move up on the line because he was supposed to be off the line of scrimmage, and he didn't get moved up in time.
So that'll cost the Tigers 5. So to bring up, 3rd down. 3rd and 10. We'll call it. No, 2nd and 10,
Second
right?
down. Well, scoreboard showing 2nd, and now.
Yeah, there we go. Now we got it
changed. The down marker.
So 2nd and let's call it 10.
Sure.
For the Tigers, just inside their own 43. So after the 5-yard penalty, Fagel again, looking to his left, pumps once, unloads it deep, incomplete. He was looking for Anderson. Great coverage by Ty Gilbertson. Ryan, that was great coverage along that sideline.
Yep.
Because Anderson had no more room to go after the ball.
And once again, that offensive line for Rock Springs gave that quarterback plenty of time to throw the ball.
They got some big dudes up there. You look at the size, and look, the Broncs aren't little people either.
No.
So it's kind of a good matchup. But again, that short passing game, get rid of it. 3 steps, get rid of it. Don't go back in the pocket and stand there, because I'll guarantee if you stand there, there are some blue and gold dudes that want to hammer you. Now it's 3rd and 10 for the Tigers. Now the Bronc defense, they're bringing the heat. Let's see. And here it comes. Fagel to throw. Fagel sprints out. He's got tons of room. room. He'll have the first down, and the Tigers in Bronx territory near the 40-yard line. The Bronx are bringing the heat, Brian. They sold out, and Fagel spotted it. That's a veteran quarterback right there, and he got to the outside, and nobody was home.
Nope. Aiden O'Leary had to come over and knock him out of bounds.
That time,
nice play by Rock Springs.
And it's coming back, penalty flagged. Holding Rock Springs, oh boy.
Maybe that's why it was so wide open.
I'm going to say this one thing, though. That's a veteran quarterback. Fagel's been a starter for 2 years. He spotted that the Bronx were bringing everybody.
Yep.
And he sprinted out around that left side, and nobody was there. And it's going to cost the Tigers a bundle right here. Now it's 3rd and a mile.
Boy.
I don't think that'll happen again.
Rock Springs keep stepping on their own toes, don't they?
Yeah, you shoot yourself in the foot, the old saying. So 3rd and 20. Fagel rolling right this time, looks back to the left, has time, screen pass underneath, dropped, and they'll punt. The intended receiver for the Tigers was Goodness Oker. And that Oker name's been around in Rock Springs for a few years. And I think his older brother was a great basketball player for the Tigers several years ago. And now Rock Springs, hey, a promising drive, Ryan, goes in the toilet.
Yep, flags, penalties will take you right out of it.
And now the punt away. Dane Steele makes the catch, middle of the field. Oh, look out, 40, 35, 30. He's got a chance. He's got a chance. Steele. The gun goes off to end the second quarter, and Dane takes it the distance. Oh my goodness, he made the cut to the sidelines, and it was over with the blockers. And now Gilbertson on for the extra point. No time left on the clock when Dane Steele caught it. Oh my goodness. We'll get the official distance on that. Wow. 4 punt returns for touchdowns already, 4 games into the season for Dane Steele. Oh my goodness. And Gilby on for the point after, and the kick is up, low snap, but he muscles it through with, as we go to the second quarter on the Range scoreboard. It's the Sheridan Bronx 14, Rock Springs nothing. You're listening to the Bronx on 1410 KWYO, 106.9 FM.
My name's Ty Gilbertson. I'm number 12 and I play safety.
My name's Aiden O'Leary, number 15. I play cornerback.
My name's Jackson Lynn, number 16. I play linebacker.
I'm Cody Dunham, number 2. I play cornerback.
I'm Dane Steele. I'm number 3 and I play safety.
My name's Taryn Grooms. I wear number 34 and I play linebacker.
My name's Colin Custis. I'm number 50 and I play linebacker.
Will Brooks, number 62, D-line.
Peyton Martineau, number 63, and I play D-line.
I'm Noah Williamson, number 69, D-line.
My name's Alex Hazel, number 78, and I play D-line.
A lot. In fact, you can see about 25 different photos of every vehicle. You can request information on the vehicle you're interested in. You can fill out a credit application, even schedule service work. Check it out, WaringSheridan.com, and experience the Waring way of buying vehicles 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. WaringSheridan.com. Bookmark it. Full service dealership at 107 East Alger, WaringSheridan.com.
And welcome back, everybody. Well, you know, Don Berrettini lit us up for 52 yards on the quarterback keeper, and there you go again. As I said, don't go anywhere on these kickoff and punt returns, and Dane Steele did it. But you know what? Dane does his thing, Ryan, but you got to have people out there blocking for you. He got to about the 25-yard line. You could see it happen.
Yep. Fowler and Anderson back. There was one guy back there, but there were about 4 other blue shirts, and that one white shirt didn't stand a chance.
Anderson is back deep to receive the kick with Fowler, and Gilbertson will bang it out of the back of the end zone. 14-0 Bronx as we start the second quarter. And again, it's been 2 big plays. You know, the Bronx really have not had to run a whole lot of plays. Again, they were stopped on downs on the first drive and then got the ball back and scored on the long run from Berrettini. And then the punt return by Steele. So the Bronx offense hasn't been out there a whole lot. And here come the Tigers. 1st and 10 Tigers at their own 20. Now we switch sides of the field. Fagel with Coombs in the backfield with him. 4 wides in the set, 3 to the near side. Fagel to throw, rolling left, going to unload it underneath. Got a man, it's going to be caught, and it'll be a first down, I believe, real close to the 30-yard line.
Those out patterns, and he's going underneath.
It's that short passing game.
Dink and dunk.
And that was Oker making the catch. And again, that short passing game, awful hard to defend. And good motion that time by the Tigers. And they're going to call it short of the first down. So second and short, just inside the 30-yard line. Second about a half a yard for the Tigers, just inside their own 30. High formation set. Forget about that. We're not going to get a running play. Fagel to throw. Looks underneath. Got Anderson. Tipped away. That's Taryn Grooms, the linebacker. Got a hand on it and knocked it away. Nice play by Taryn. Good reaction. It was, again, their leading receiver, Anderson, cutting underneath, and Groomsy put that hand up and batted it away. Third and short coming. Well, now you think you're going to get a running play, aren't you? Yeah. I mean, it's got to be Fagel keeping it, or you got to give it to Coombs or somebody in the backfield on third and short. And it's going to be the quarterback, Fagel, and the Bronx think, and they're going to hand it to Coombs, and he's going to be short, I think. Oh, maybe he got it.
That's going to be close.
Oh, they had him for a yard shy, but it looks like you're going to give him the first down. Oh, good contact by the Bronx. They had him initially, but Coombs able to lean forward in just enough.
Just across, by about a half of a football.
I was going to say about the half of the football length. He got that one.
Good effort.
But the Bronx made a good attempt on that one. Almost got him. So first, a fresh fall 4 for the Tigers. Again, we're just underway in the second quarter. 14-0 Bronx. And Fagel back under center. 1 man in motion, run the jet sweep. Not a whole lot there, and a gain of maybe a yard or 2. And that's going to be Oker, who came in motion for a gain of 2. 2nd and 8 coming for the Tigers, just across their own 32-yard line. Again, we're just underway in the second quarter. The Bronx with 2 big plays in the first half for the 14-0 lead. Again, next week at Thunder Basin. And you and I were talking as we went on the air, Ryan. The football gets real next week.
It does.
It does.
Yep.
The big boys are coming. Bronx need to take care of business tonight. So far, so good. Fagel on 2nd and 8 for the Tigers. From his own 32 to throw, sprinting out to the left. Looking, dumps it underneath, and it's incomplete. Looking for Anderson again. The Bronx are all over that.
Great defense by Kelton Crow.
Great play by Crow. He was the first one there to knock it away, and that'll bring up 3rd and 8 for the Tigers. Well, now we know they're running. They're going to throw it now.
And we've got a player down for the Bronx.
Looks like a cramping situation, hopefully. We're hoping for cramping. Is that where we're getting our initial sign as the trainers are out there looking at the leg? Don't have a number yet, but it looks like we're hoping it's cramping, because a leg cramp is good and anything else is not good. And we're not going to worry about that right now. We're not going to give you a number. The teams are going to come to the sidelines, and we will check out for just a moment. Again, stoppage on the play. Bronx lead 14-0. We're back after this.
Life can be fast-paced and it can be hard to get things done, but we're here to help make your home loan process easy. Hi, this is Cheyenne Panetta, mortgage loan originator at First Northern Bank of Wyoming. While we'd love to see you, we also offer an easy online mortgage application to apply for a loan in just minutes. We offer competitive rates and can get you pre-qualified same day. Visit firstnorthern.bank to start your application today, or give us a call at 673-HOME. We look forward to helping you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS number 197407.
This is Dr. Michelle Meehan, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
And we are back. Josh Davis helped off the sideline, the Sheridan Brock offensive lineman. And they're going to take a look at him on the sidelines. And here comes the Rock Springs Tigers, 2nd and 8 for the Tigers at their own 32. And the Bronx defense will dig in. 10:34 to play in the half. Bronx lead 14-0 on the range scoreboard. Fagel to throw. Looking now. He's going to run. Fagel's in trouble, and he gets smoked. And the Tigers will punt. No gain on the play. Great coverage downfield, Ryan, that time. He had nowhere to throw it.
He had nowhere to throw it. And
guess what happens after that?
You go down.
Then the big dogs are like, okay.
Yep, Kelton Crow came up and cleaned it up.
And when there's great coverage and the quarterback can't throw, the big dogs are like, oh, they're frothing at the mouth, and the Tigers will punt, steal. Again, back deep for the Bronx, along with Cody Dunham, and here is the kick. And this will be not returnable, short and high. Bronx with great field position coming right near the Rock Springs 45-yard line.
That was not a good punt.
You know, the thing is, if I'm playing the Sheridan Bronx, and I mean this, I would tell my punter to kick it out of bounds.
Correct.
With 4 punt returns for touchdowns already, 4 weeks into the season, why?
Why would you
even put it? I wouldn't put it in play.
Right.
I would just say, son, fire it out of bounds. 1st and 10, Bronx are going to spot it at the Rock Springs 46. Dominic Berrettini, your quarterback, back to the line of scrimmage, out of the gun. Taryn Grooms in the backfield. Defense jumps. That'll cost him 5. Somebody got a little excited on that Rock Springs side, on that Rock Springs defensive front.
On the defense, 5 yards. Kill first down.
I wouldn't get too jacked up to go in there, and it's about that time somebody's sprinting past you, so that'll cost the Tigers 5. 1st and 5, Bronx now at the 41 of the Tigers. Berrettini sets his guys again. Dom will take the snap. He's going to throw. Looking, has time over the middle. Got a man. Caught by Steele. Breaks a tackle. He's at the 10. He's at the 5. Touchdown, Bronx! 46 yards. What a dime. Berrettini drops a dime.
That was a beautiful
play.
My
Goodness. Wow, what a throw. What a throw. He dropped a dime on Steele. That was... You know, that's like stealing. That's like stealing, man, right there. That's like stealing candy from a baby. That was ridiculous. What a great throw, Ryan.
Yep. He was patient. He waited for Dane to come open, and Dane hauls it in and does the rest.
Wow. And now it's going to be Gilby on for the point after with 9:41. Boy, it's been a big play night so far, but that was beautiful. Kick is up. Kick is good. 9:41 to go in the half. 21-0 Bronx. That was a thing of beauty, my friends. What a great play. A one-play drive for 6. 21-0 Bronx. You're listening to Bronx Football on 1410 KWYO and 106.9 FM. Also our live video web stream at SheridanMedia.com.
Are you ready to turn a page on your career? McDonald's restaurants in Sheridan have an exciting opportunity. McDonald's is on the lookout for a dynamic full-time shift manager to lead the team, starting at an impressive $21 per hour. This open to closed position, including weekends, offers stability and opportunities for advancement. This shift manager position has a starting pay of $21 per hour. Visit McHire.com to submit your application online or drop by any McDonald's location in Sheridan to pick up an application.
This is Terry Winnup with Sheridan Physical Therapy, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Welcome back, everybody. Ryan, that was a right there. That was Berrettini had time to throw. Stepped into it. Dom delivered on the money to Steele, and Dane made just a little bit of a cut, and it was over.
Yep.
That was beautiful. And now it'll be Gilbertson to boot it away. And Gilby booms it, low line drive out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. 9:41 to play in the opening half. 21-0 Bronx. 3 big plays. They played the dog out of him here in the first half. It was Berrettini, 52 yards for a touchdown run, and then Dane Steele had the punt return for a touchdown, and then Berrettini to Steele on 41 yards. So 3 big plays. That last play, though, was a thing of beauty. Fagel ready to go again, 1st and 10 for the Tigers from their own 20. They really have not moved the ball much. A couple of penalties thwarted a good drive. Fagel rolling right this time. Will throw underneath, and he's got his man Oker, and he will have yardage down across the 25 to about the 26. A gain of 6 on first down. 2nd and 4 coming for Rock Springs. You know, this offense, well, first off, the special teams are whatever they are. But the offense is so dynamic, literally, every time there's a snap, Ryan, they can score from anywhere.
They can, and they've proven that.
2nd and 4 for the Tigers from their own 26. Fagel with a couple of running backs in the backfield with him. And he'll drop to throw, looking left, looking underneath, got a man, nothing there. Maybe about 3 yards on the catch that time for the Tigers was Andre Graves, the senior. And they're going to say, you know what, enough for a first down. They're going to give him the 30-yard line.
All right, moving the chains.
Okay. So a first down for the Tigers right at the 30-yard line. So that'll move the sticks as we approach the 9-minute mark here in the first half. Homecoming week, Sheridan High School. Big crowd. Look across the field. What a beautiful night. Oh, my goodness. A lot of folks from Rock Springs, Ryan, made the trip.
Yeah.
1st and 10 for the Tigers at their own 30. Fagel. Handoff. Coombs for about 3, and that'll be it.
If I'm not mistaken, I think, do the JVs play Rock Springs JVs tomorrow?
I am not sure. I'll have to look that up.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think that's normally how they do it.
Well, the thing is, the Bronx normally, when they would go to Rock Springs, would stay in Rollins overnight and then come home on Saturday. Rock Springs is not going home tonight. So it might be, for them generous to play our JVs tomorrow.
Sure.
Or they would drive back to Casper tonight. Probably.
And maybe that's what they're doing. Yeah. I'm not sure. But there is a nice Rock Springs contingent across the way.
2nd and 6, toss to Coombs. Good yardage. She'll be shy of the first down, but not by much. 3rd and short coming. About 3rd and 2, maybe. Well, actually, they're going to say, no, it's going to be more than that. He stepped out of bounds at the 36-yard line, so it's going to be, wow. I thought he had more than that, so 3rd down coming up. Or second down coming up. No, 3rd down.
No, 3rd and 4.
I was right. I was looking at the chain gang. They were a little bit behind me. 3rd and 4 for the Tigers at their own 36.
I just got confirmation there is a JV football game versus Rock Springs tomorrow morning at 9.
The give up the middle, and down he goes. Nothing. 4th and 3 for the Tigers. They're going to have to punt again. Now you're down 21-0 with 8 minutes to go in the half. You got to punt. You got the ball at your own 37-yard line. They haven't brought the punt team out. You can't go. Okay. They're going to gamble. Maybe this is the time to gamble, Ryan. I don't know.
I guess we'll see.
If this is the time to gamble or not, they're keeping the offense out there. 4th and 3 at their own 37. You're down 21-0 first half. Fagel to throw. This could be fatal or it could be good. Fagel's going to run it. Throws it over the middle. Got his man. Anderson caught it in Sheridan territory. And they'll have a first down at the Bronx 43. So it paid off.
Yes, it did.
There's your number 1 receiver in the state right there. And a good throw by Fagel. Well, the gamble paid off because if it doesn't, you're done.
That was a big gainer.
Either if you make that play, it's where they're at. They're at the Bronx 43. If they don't make it, they're down 28-0 before the half. So that's the way that goes. Well, I guess it comes at a time as a coaching staff and a player, you got to gamble.
Oh, yeah.
Because right now you're down 21-0, Ryan. 7 minutes to go in the half. If you want to stay in the game, you got to do something, and it's paid off for the Tigers. 1st and 10 for the Bronx 43. So it paid off there. Fagel. Combs in motion. Actually, it's Oker in motion near side. Fagel rolling to his left, going to throw. Got a man, Oker. He's hit immediately, maybe got a yard. Nice tackle. Dane Steele, nice hit. And a gain of 1. 2nd and 9 coming for the Tigers at the Bronx 42. Well, you didn't drive, 7 or 8 hours to come here and lay down. That's the way I look at it for the Tigers. They didn't drive up here just to get hammered.
No, and
even though it's 21-0, they're here to play, baby.
Sure, and they've moved the ball a little bit.
Yes, they have.
Some penalties have hurt them.
The good drive they had going, the penalties killed them.
Yep. So they just got to clean that up.
Fagel again. Coombs in the backfield with him. 3 wides in the set to the far side. And Fagel looking that way. Now he's going to scramble, going to run it, and the Bronx will drop him at about the 41-yard line, gain of about a yard, and 3rd and 8 coming from the Tigers from the Bronx 41.
Carson, Chase, and Jackson.
Clock continues to run. 6 minutes to play first half. 21-0 Bronx. Coming up, our very own James Timberlake will join us on the Powderhorn Halftime Show. James will fill you in on everything going on. I mean everything, right? He's got the head nod. Yes, he will fill you in on what tonight's going on tonight and what's coming up on the weekend. Here's 3rd and 8 for the Tigers at the Bronx 41. Fagel with Coombs in the backfield. 4 wides in the set. He'll take a look. Long count coming. Now they'll switch. Coombs will move to his left. Fagel straight drop, in trouble. Dodging one man. Gets away. Now he's going to chuck and duck it deep. Got him in. It is caught. Touchdown Tigers. Oh, the Bronx with a blown coverage, and he found Brandon Graves for the score. Oh, boy. I don't know how Brandon Graves got that far open, Ryan, but somebody blew a coverage.
Yep. He was standing at about the 3-yard line, no one within 5 yards of him.
Oh, my goodness. Somebody blew a coverage.
I'm sure they'll talk about that one.
Right next to us, in the booth next to us, is the defensive coordinator, Marshall McEwen. He is going bananas. Kick is good. And with 5:26 left in the first half on the Range scoreboard, it's Sheridan 21, the Tigers 7. You're listening to Bronc Football on KWY on 106.9 FM.
According to the Hearing Health Foundation, even those with a mild, untreated hearing loss are twice as likely to develop dementia. Hi, this is Elizabeth.
And JT Kraft at EBA Hearing. Our mission is about more than selling hearing aids.
We want to educate our friends and family on the hazards of untreated loss and unprotected exposure to noise.
The most important thing you can do is protect your hearing. But if you have a hearing loss, please don't wait. Correct it today.
EBA Hearing, 674-8920. That's 674-8920.
Hi, this is DJ Dearcorn.
Up, and there's one guy standing at the goal line just waiting for it, and he was wearing a white jersey.
Yep. Blown coverage.
Somebody lost Graves.
Yes.
And again, his name, by the way, is Andre Graves. He's a senior. I want to give Andre some credit, but somebody forgot about Andre.
Yeah, and he was just standing there. He wasn't even in motion or anything. He was
I'm going to tell you this. I could have caught that ball.
Yes.
That's how open he was. Well, maybe not. That might have smacked me in the nose and broke my nose, but anyway. And the kickoff will go out of the back of the end zone. Bronx will have it for the first time tonight at their own 20. So I think I'm thinking Bronx mentality now with 5:26 to go in the half, and I know how the coaches think and I know how the players think. They want to get that 7 back.
Oh, yeah.
Because it was a mistake, obviously, as the man was wide open. And here come the Bronx on the. And the thing about it is, the Bronx, a big play the dog at them. They haven't had the ball a lot tonight.
They have not. Rock Springs has done a nice job of controlling the clock, keeping that explosive offense off the field.
Well, the problem is they can't stop the Bronx. So the Taryn Grooms will get the first give. Tearing up the guts, going to get about 7. Well, you take that every time. You know, the thing about it is the way the dynamic offense is, and that was not Groomsy that time, excuse me. On the run that time, I think.
Crow on the carry.
It was Kelton Crow.
Kelton Crow.
So Kelton Crow got the carry. Now Grooms will come into the ball game. But the Bronx can score the big plays, and that's what you expect. They're going to give him 7. 3rd and 3 coming from the Bronx at their own 32-yard line. Plenty of time left in the first half. They have all their timeouts. And the give is going to go to Grooms up the gut, and he'll have the first down out across the 32-yard line. And again, the Bronx with 3 timeouts and just under 5 to go. I know what they're thinking. Let's get the 7 back and go into the locker room. Quickly back to the line of scrimmage. Grooms and Crow still in the backfield with Berrettini. 3 wides in the set. 1st and 10 Bronx from their own 33. Berrettini. Give it to Grooms. Hesitation move. Gets to the outside. Lowers his head. Stays on his feet. He'll have the ball. What a move by Grooms. Got flipped in the air and kept his feet.
Wow.
A cartwheel.
I thought he went down.
A cartwheel by Taryn. Well, he's a wrestler. He's nimble. Taryn's nimble. He stayed on his feet. Got flipped in the air. Stayed on it. And got the first down. A gain of 11.
What a play.
For Groomsy out across the 45. Nice play.
It's like you just said, I think he cartwheeled.
Cartwheeled in the air, stayed on his feet. 1st and 10 Bronx at their own 46. Going to bring Steele in motion near side. Berrettini going to keep it, and no, he's going to give it off to Crow. Kelton with good running room. Rumbling down to the Rock Springs 30.
Nice run.
You know what? You look down the field. Look at all the big numbers, Ryan. There's 4 offensive linemen down the field in front of him. That's just a thing of beauty. You know, we don't give much love to the O-line. And that time, 4 offensive linemen rumbling in front of him. Just clear. You know what? I call it paving the road.
Absolutely.
Let's pave the road, to plow the road. And that time, the big fellows were plowing the road. 1st and 10 Bronx at the Rock Springs 30. Just about 4 minutes to go in the half, and here come the Bronx again. at the Rock Springs 30. Give it to Groomsy, running left, got some room, cuts back in the middle of the field, lowers his head, and down near the 16-yard line, and another first down, a gain of 14 by Taryn Grooms. And just like that, I said, they had 5.5 minutes to go. Now they got 4 minutes to go. It doesn't take long.
You know, that right guard pulled, Bridger Peldo pulled, and Groomsy just waited for Peldo to get right in front of him, and he just followed.
1st and 10 Bronx. Let's call it the 17-yard line of the Tigers. First down. Let's give it to Kelton Crow again. Not a whole lot of running room, but Kelton's still going to get about 5. You know, isn't that funny? I say, there's not a lot of room there, and he got 5. Well, we're so used to the big plays. Let's give Kelton 4 on the play. 2nd and 6 coming for the Bronx inside the 15-yard line of the Tigers. Still 3.5 to go in the first half. 21-7 Bronx on the Range scoreboard. And the Bronx back to the line of scrimmage. Groomsy the deep back in the set. 3 wides and a bunch to the near side. And the toss to Grooms. And Groomsy at the 5. Lowers his head. Touchdown! Taryn Grooms. Well, that took about
minute and a half?
Yeah, basically that took about less than 2. Yeah, minute and a half. 1 minute, 20 seconds, Ryan, for the score. Rock Springs got the big play for the touchdown, and the Bronx said, oh, yeah? Okay. See you in a second. And they're back in the end zone. Taryn Grooms gets the TD from 16 yards. And the Bronx get the score back. And now Gilby in for the PAT. So the Bronx get the touchdown right back with 3:06 to play in the half. And Gilby will fire it up and knock it through with 3:06 to go in the first half on the Range scoreboard. It's Sheridan 28, the Tigers 7. You're listening to Bronx Football on KWYO and 106.9 FM.
Planning a project that requires block, brick, or stone? You need to contact the folks at Thompson Master Masons. They have the largest selection of brick and stone in town and 38 years of experience behind their work. Chances are, if it can be done, they've done it. Let Thompson's help you choose the best application for your specific project, residential or commercial. Give Thompson Master Masons a call, 672-7971, or stop by their showroom at 135 East 11th Street.
Rooting for the home team is the Wyoming way, and the banks of Buffalo, Gillette, and Sheridan are the 307's biggest fans. Banking with us means you're doing more than ever to support school sports because your money stays right here in our community. We're proud to recognize our hard-working athletes with youth sponsorships, and the local difference means the familiar faces you know and trust for your banking needs are the same ones cheering with you up in the stands. BuffaloFed.Bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
I'm Doug Hockett with Stiefel Investments, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
And welcome back, everybody. And Ty Gobertson, what else? Bombs out of the back of the end zone. The Tigers will take over at their own 20. But I will say this, their last drive, Ryan, they showed us this is a team that can hurt you, and it's through the air. And they got the big play to score their first touchdown to make it 21-7. But the Bronx said, oh, yeah? That was a 5-play drive, 80 yards in 5 plays, touchdown.
Hold my pizza.
Man, dang it. The offense is so dynamic. I all these years I've been watching this, and the folks listening in and watching, I've been watching this for years, and it's still amazing. Going to chuck and dump and go deep to Anderson, incomplete. Good coverage down the field by Dane Steele. Not a great throw. It was overthrown, but they wanted the fade down the sidelines to Anderson. But Dane Steele running foot to foot with him the whole way. And that'll bring up 2nd and 10, 3 minutes to go. And the Bronx are thinking right now, keep throwing it.
So I've got a halftime score in from Bighorn.
And I'm assuming, Ryan, I'm going to assume it's ugly.
37-0 at halftime.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Bighorn's ahead of Glen Rock.
And Tongue River got a big win last night.
Oh, great win for them, huh?
Yes.
Beating the Bob Dogs?
Yeah.
44-0.
Coach Hansen's got them rolling.
They are. Their defense is incredible.
I think they've given up 1 score in their first 3 games.
Fagel will give to Coombs this time, maybe for 3. See if the Bronx burn a timeout. Why not?
You got 3 of them to use. You don't get to carry them over.
They're not going to wait. The Bronx will not call a timeout. I love it. The Bronx coaches tonight in khakis white shirts and ties. We'll talk about more of that later, why that's happening this week. But they're looking classy tonight, aren't they?
Yes.
It's old school football. This is old school college football tonight for the Bronc coaches. Ties, white shirts, and khakis. I love it. It's a great look.
It is.
3rd and 6 for the Tigers. It's called 3rd and 5 from their own 25. Fagel to throw. Looking right now, goes over the middle. Incomplete. And that's what the Broncs wanted right there. Now it's going to be 4th down. Flag in late. They're going to call interference.
Nope, they're going to call defenseless receiver. That's my take.
You know what? I get the rule.
Yeah. Yep, you want to protect him.
Did he get blasted, though?
Yeah, he got hit pretty hard. Crow hit him hard.
Okay.
So I think that's the right call.
I blinked and looked away. Sorry.
Defenseless, 15 yards in previous spot. First down.
So that's a big one. That's 15.
Otherwise, we're looking at punting the ball away. Well, the Broncs still lead 28-7, so we'll get defenseless. What do they call it? What's the penalty? It's not like a personal foul though, so you don't get penalized for it if you're the defender, right?
Correct.
I get the rule. We have to have it in football.
Yes.
Defenseless runners, receivers, you can't just light somebody up. Fagel under center. 1 running back in the set. 2:18 to play first half. Broncs lead 28-7. Fagel. Coombs. Dodges one, gets loose, and we'll have a first down at midfield for the Tigers. So the Tigers move the ball here a little bit, and then, it was looking, that was one play.
They're going to mark him just short.
If you don't get the penalty, they're punting right now.
Correct.
So the Tigers got lucky.
About a half a yard short.
Because I'm telling you what, if you give the Broncs 2 minutes left on a clock with timeouts, you're done. First, and we'll call it again, 2nd and short for the Tigers, and Fagel, the quarterback, will keep it himself for the first down. 1:48 to play. The clock will continue to run as they set the ball. But again, 28-7 Broncs, and again, the Tigers were able to get lucky enough to get that penalty. Otherwise, they are in a real bad spot. 1st and 10 at the Sheridan 40, just shy of the Sheridan 46. Again, coming up at halftime, the Powderhorn halftime show. James Timberlake waiting in the wings to take over. He'll be with you just momentarily. Clock running, minute and a half to go in the half. 28-7 Broncs. Fagel, a couple of running backs. Now he'll split out one man, and Coombs will stay in the backfield with him. Fagel to throw, dump it underneath. Has Coombs out of the backfield. He's going to be wrapped up, and he's stripped, and the Broncs have the ball. Ah, what a play! Steele ripped the ball out of the man's hand, and the Broncs have the ball. What a great heads-up play by Dane.
You just saw that.
He just reached in and ripped it out, Ryan.
He didn't even try to make the tackle.
He just grabbed the ball
He grabbed the ball and said, I'm taking what's mine.
1st and 10 Broncs now at their own 45, and you know what? The Broncs are smelling 6 right now. This is sharks in the water right now. This is Shark Week right now. Don Berrettini back on the field for the Broncs. 1:10 to go in the half. They get the turnover. Dane Steele ripped it out of the man's hands. With 1:10 to go in the half, let's see if the Broncs can get some more here. Berrettini rolling to his left, looking, has time. Will throw it underneath, incomplete. Well, he had a little pressure that time and got rid of it. I think
My name is Dominic Berrettini, number 11. I play quarterback.
My name's Aiden O'Leary. I'm number 15. I play wide receiver.
My name is Jackson Lynn. I'm number 16. I play wide receiver.
I'm Cody Dunham, number 2. I play wide receiver.
I'm Dane Steele. I'm number 3, and I play wide receiver.
My name's Taryn Grooms. I wear number 34, and I play running back.
My name's Colin Custis. I'm number 50, and I play O-line.
Name's Peyton Martineau, 63. I play O-line.
I'm Bridger Peldo. I'm number 65, and I play offensive line.
I'm Justice.
Lights out.
No, Cody Dunham. Cody Dunham with the catch.
Oh my goodness.
You called it. They smelled blood, and guess what? They just capitalized.
Cody Dunham gets the catch from Berrettini. Oh, what a throw by Dom. What a throw. Now you're the Tigers. You're thinking, we turned it over and they burned us.
How many yards was that, Trev?
55.
Beautiful.
Wow. Ty Gilbertson for the PAT. I mean, the offense is so dynamic. I thought that was Dane Steele, and it was Dunham. And I mean, Dom Berrettini threw it on the button. And here's the point after. It's good. Now, all of a sudden, with under a minute to go in the half, it's Sheridan 35, Rock Springs 7. You're listening to the Bronx on 1410 KWYO and 106.9 FM.
This broadcast brought to you in part by One Health, focused on caring for our communities one person at a time. One Health's integrated care model has been recognized throughout the state of Wyoming and combines primary and behavioral health under one roof. With locations in Sheridan, Powell, Lovell, and Grable, Wyoming, One Health improves the well-being of everyone by providing accessible, quality health care for the whole community. Visit onechc.org for more information.
This is Dr. Dana Leroy with Leroy Family Dental, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
You know, you hate to be prophetic, but, you know, I've been watching this for so long, for decades, and just the dynamic of the offense. Rock Springs turns it over.
2 plays later.
And they're driving.
Yeah.
And then, boom. Berrettini just dropped a dime on Dunham for a score of 55 yards. It's uncanny.
Nothing but big plays tonight. I mean, you've got 52-yard.
Wow.
You've got
Gilby will kick it away and bomb it out of the back of the end zone. The Tigers will have it at their own 20. I don't know if it's a broken record, Ryan. You've been listening to these broadcasts forever, but I just don't know what to say sometimes.
Right? I mean, it's year in and year out for the last.
It's special teams, it's big plays, it's running, it's passing, and defense.
Great defense, yes.
Dane Steele gets a fumble, just rips it out, and Berrettini just absolutely lights up the defense. I mean, it's so
fun to watch.
It really is.
Man.
Fans, broadcasters were spoiled.
Yes.
Fagel will go under center this time. They're going to run the ball to Coombs. He's got a good hole on the right side, big hole. He'll have first down and more out across the 40-yard line. It'll be dropped at the 41. Rock Springs with 49 seconds left in the half will have the ball across their own 40.
Well, and Rock Springs has all 3 timeouts, too.
The thing about it is, I'm not going to slight the Tigers, but, man, you go...
Oh, it's coming back. What? Man, these penalties are just destroying Rock Springs.
So a big play for the Tigers, and it comes back on holding.
Jeez.
It's 35-7. And, I've been watching it. I know what the coaching staff is like. I know what the kids are like. I know it's just... I just shake my head. I can't put my finger on it, but it is a thing of beauty when this outfit gets rolling. Fagel back inside his own 10-yard line now, or at his own 10. Will hand it to Coombs, bounces to the outside. One man misses, the other guys don't. He got a gain of a yard as he gets buried at the 11. And I think if I'm the Tigers right now, Ryan, I let this thing run out.
That was Harvey Freiberger with the tackle.
Nice.
What a football name that is.
Harvey Freiberger. That's a linebacker's name.
Well, he's a lineman, but we'll take it.
Well, that's okay.
That's
Harvey
great.
That's a great football name.
Yes.
I'm thinking right now with 20 seconds to go in the half, the Tigers letting this run out because they've got to. It's 35-7. You just gave up the home run after you were moving the ball.
Yeah, I don't think they're not going to get a play out. Well, maybe 8 seconds.
Don't do anything crazy. They're not going to get this off. Fagel, well, he's going to take the snap or not. I don't think he will.
Yeah, well, he does.
Will. He gives it to Oker running to the right. Oker on to about the whatever. Doesn't matter. Half is ended. The Bronx have done the damage. It is a big play night, my friends. The Bronx lead 35-7 at halftime. And again, as one old Bronx coach said to me, we just played the dog out of these guys. The Bronx with big, big plays tonight, running and passing, punt returns, quarterback keepers. They have done a lot of damage in the first half. As we go to the locker room, homecoming night at Sheridan High School. It is the Bronx 35, Rock Springs 7. Coming up next, we've got the Powderhorn halftime show. And again, as I mentioned last week in our broadcast, Scotty Scott Homer. We want you at the ballpark, and I know Scotty is at home listening to the game. And Scotty, I've known you for the last 30-plus years. and you are the godfather of Bronx football, and I would love to see you at the ballpark once again. And Scotty, I know you're listening tonight. We'd love to have you here tonight. So coming up at halftime, the Powderhorn halftime show, brought to you by the Powderhorn and Homer Scott Jr. and James Timberlake will take over. 35-7 Bronx on the Range scoreboard. You're listening to Bronx football on 1410 KWYO, 106.9 FM, and our live video web stream at SheridanMedia.com.
Did you know Sheridan Motors is Sheridan's only locally owned and operated new vehicle dealership? That means when we thrive, Sheridan directly benefits. We're proud to support our hometown through sponsorships, good deeds, and excellent full-time jobs with benefits.
Organizations within Sheridan are providing many of our students their first job opportunity. We appreciate your continued investment in the next generation. As a token of our appreciation, we'd like to present Mr. Storrow with the Bronx Legacy Watch. Today, presenting the Legacy Watch is Sheridan High School Activities Director, Casey Garnhart. Larry, the Storrow family, and the McDonald's, thank you for your continued support and generosity. Ladies and gentlemen, get out those 50-50 tickets.
Timely and ethically protect your rights 24/7. Proud to support all local youth activities.
Need screen printed and embroidered items? Well, whatever you need, Kilpatrick Creations is the go-to local company for these types of items. If it's screen printed or stitched, we are the ones to help you. Give us a call first. We're here to help you and want to help you with your imprinted garment or accessory needs. We've been in the business and serving Sheridan County for over 20 years. We have the experience, talent, and selection of goods that allows us to help you promote your business, club, or event in the best, most affordable way possible. Come see Kilpatrick Creations for all your screen printed or embroidered needs.
Loans can help people when they need money. Sheridan Community Federal Credit Union makes loans. So does that mean Sheridan Community Federal Credit Union helps people? You bet it does. That's what it's all about. When you're a credit union member, that means you're also an owner. And practically anyone in the Sheridan area can be a member by becoming a customer. At Sheridan Community Federal Credit Union, located at 141 South Gould, member NCUA, equal housing lender.
Next up here, sophomore royalty. Duke Beck Haswell and Duchess Chloe Rose. Next, let's welcome the junior royalty. Prince Sean Brown and Princess Brooke Alexander. Our junior royalty both competing in state tennis in Gillette today, so they're not able to make it tonight. Best of luck in that state tennis competition. And finally, your 2023 senior homecoming royalty, King Will Brooks and Queen Rye Dixon.
Homer Scott Field.
Let's hear it for all the homecoming royalty this evening, folks. A lot of thank yous this week at Sheridan High School. It's been a big week with many activities going on. Thanks to the high school administration for all their support and for joining in on the fun this week. A major thank you to Casey Garnhart and Brick Sigelski, our activities crew. Thank you for all the time you put in, the last-minute fixes and the pre-planning for activities this week.
Laramie taking on the Laramie Plainsmen, and they are leading that one big once again, 49-13. That one's in the third quarter, approaching the fourth quarter. That one's going to wrap up here pretty soon. They had the mercy rule in play there, so that one's going to end pretty quickly. Number 3, Thunder Basin, they're on the road taking on number 5 ranked Cheyenne Central, and Thunder Basin is leading that one 20-0 in the fourth quarter. Number 4, Natrona County is hosting Kelly Walsh in the Oil Bowl. They are playing one another. Natrona leading that one 23-0 right now. That one's in the third quarter. And Cheyenne South, they're on the road taking on Campbell County. They're leading that one 51-6. That one's in the third quarter as well. And locally in 2A action, Glen Rock, Bighorn. Glen Rock is in Bighorn. They're taking on the Bighorn Rams, 5th-ranked Bighorn Rams. They're up 37-0. The Bighorn Rams are 37-0. That one's in the third quarter. Just started the third quarter. And then the Tongue River Eagles, they're 4th-ranked in 2A. They took on Sundance yesterday. Actually, that one's already went final. They played yesterday, and they won that one 44-0. The Eagles stay undefeated with that very good defense, shutting out Upton Sundance 44-0. Went final yesterday. Let's look at the football around the state, and we're going to switch over to the other local action coming up this weekend, starting with volleyball. The Lady Broncs will be taking on both Gillette teams this weekend, starting with tonight. They are playing right now in the gymnasium against Thunder Basin, and they are currently down 2-1, the last update we got. And then tomorrow, the Lady Broncs will hit the road to take on Campbell County. First serve is scheduled for noon in that one. The Bighorn Lady Rams will have 2 home games this weekend. They were at home earlier today taking on Wright, and Lady Rams won that one 3-0. They then take on Thermopolis at home tomorrow with first serve scheduled for 2 p.m. in that one. The Lady Broncs swimming and diving teams have 2 duels scheduled this weekend. They are in Gillette, competing in the Gillette duels against Thunder Basin, Campbell County, and Buffalo. And then tomorrow, the Lady Broncs will be back home hosting a matchup with Kelly Walsh, with first events set to start at 10 a.m. Bronc and Lady Bronc cross-country teams were here running in Sheridan yesterday, hosting the annual Michelle Ludwig Invitational starting at Blacktooth Park. The Sheridan Lady Broncs finished in 3rd as a team. They had 2 top 10 finishes, led by Kaylee Alec, I believe I'm saying that name correctly, who finished in 2nd, and Alyssa Fellhauer, who finished in 8th. The Broncs placed 1st as a team, thanks to 3 top 10 finishes, including Landrum Wiley, who finished in 1st place, followed by Aiden Luna, who finished in 4th, and Sean Gonda, who finished in 8th. Finally, state golf is going on this weekend across the state of Wyoming as well. The Bighorn and Tongue River teams are competing today and tomorrow in Newcastle at the Newcastle Country Club, and the Bronc and Lady Bronc teams are teeing it up at the Powderhorn here in Sheridan for their state tournament. We'll have the results for those tournaments once they conclude over the weekend. Saturday, I believe, is the last day. They tee up at 9 a.m. on Saturday, so they'll conclude around the afternoon tomorrow, and we'll have results for that over for you on SheridanMedia.com once we get them. That's a look at the local sports schedule. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back to preview the Cowboys matchup tomorrow night and the Broncos game on Sunday. The Broncs lead the Rock Springs Tigers 35-7 at the half, and you're listening to the Bronc Halftime Report presented by the Powderhorn.
If you have employees coming to stay for an extended time in Sheridan, make them feel at home with a room at the Candlewood Suites. These extended stay rooms feature fully equipped kitchens, including a microwave, full-sized refrigerator, dishwasher, stovetop, even pots and pans, and free guest laundry. Did I mention the outstanding view of the Bighorns? Book your reservation with the Candlewood Suites and relax knowing they'll have more than just a room. They'll feel right at home. Call 307-675-2100.
Have you been in to see Sheridan WYO sports cards yet? It's the spot to get your hands on incredible sports cards and memorabilia. Sheridan's premier spot for buying cards. All major sports cards, including fighting, wrestling, Pokemon, and even racing. These guys have hobby boxes for the serious collectors and packs for those getting started. Graded slabs from PSA, SGC, and if you have a big card to grade, talk to the guys to have your card submitted to PSA. Family friendly and located inside Sheridan Stationery Books and Gifts, 535 North Main, open 7 days a week.
You know what they say, if you're not first, you're last. For all your plumbing demands, choose A+ Plumbers and Appliance Repair. Commercial, residential, new construction, remodel jobs, and all repairs in between. A+ Plumbers and Appliance Repair, because they are number 1 in a number 2 business. Call 672-9454. That's 672-9454.
First Federal Bank and Trust would like to recognize this week's winner of $1,000 in cash and a $1,000 marketing donation match from Sheridan Media. As part of their community commitment, the Powder River Basin Trout Unlimited will be receiving these funds per random drawing.
We're giving $1,000 away every week to a qualified nonprofit organization. Next week, it could be your nonprofit. Visit our website, efirstfederal.bank, for details. First Federal Bank and Trust and Sheridan Media present Community Commitment, member FDIC.
Why be a nameless face at the big box stores when you can visit us at Hospital Pharmacy? Hi,
Hi, this is Mandolyn Meyer. At Hospital Pharmacy, we get to know our customers and their health needs. Keep all your prescriptions in one place with a pharmacist that knows and cares about you. Visit your hometown, family-owned pharmacy at 2 great locations.
Hometown Pharmacy, hometown care at Hospital Pharmacy West.
Membership certainly has its privileges, and nowhere is that felt more profoundly than at the Powderhorn. With 27 holes of championship golf, tennis courts, swimming pools, a fitness center, and many planned social activities, the Powderhorn has the ideal membership package for you and your family. Please consider this your invitation to start experiencing the Powderhorn today. To learn more about memberships, pricing, or to join the Powderhorn Club, you can email Sarah Langley, Membership Director at sarah@thepowderhorn.com.
Hi, this is Ken Balkenbush with Prime Rate Motors and Super Trailer Store, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
And welcome back to the Bronc Halftime Report presented by the Powderhorn. The Cowboys are looking to do the funniest thing of the entire college football season, probably, trying to upset the 4th-ranked Texas Longhorns 1 week after Texas beat Alabama on the road by double digits. After that game by the Longhorns, I would say about 95% of the college football world collectively said to themselves, okay, Texas might actually be back. However, with that being said, that can all change if the Cowboys can somehow pull off the upset tomorrow night. In just about every statistical category you can find, the Cowboys are going to be outmatched. Texas will come into the game with a defense that ranks better than the Cowboys in every discernible advanced stat: EPA per pass, EPA per rush, success rate against the pass and rush, ECHL rate, as well as your standard defensive statistics: points allowed per game, opponent yards per game, opponent yards per play, takeaways per game, and turnover margin. Offense is a lot of the same story. However, the gap is tightened a little bit more on that side of the ball. Texas has not been fantastic on offense so far this season. They've been pretty solid passing the ball in terms of EPA, ranking in the top 15, but the 35.1% success rate is one of the lowest marks in the country, meaning they have had a lot of pass plays that have not equated to a positive expected points added, or EPA. There are a couple things that the Pokes have been a little bit better on in this season. They have been more efficient on first and second downs on offense. The rush success rate overall has been better, and they have been more disciplined as a team in terms of penalties. However, something to obviously take into consideration is the strength of schedule. Texas coming in having the hardest, one of the hardest of schedules so far this season, no matter which source you look at, whereas Wyoming has had a middle to lower ranked strength of schedule so far this season. This game for the Pokes is going to be like the Texas Tech game times 2, and that means they're essentially going to have to play twice as well. The only way I can see this upset happening is if the Cowboys get points on basically every single one of their offensive drives in the day with no turnovers, and the defense slows down one of the best passing offenses in the country, including a Heisman candidate quarterback and a receiver room that places like On3, CBS Sports, and Pro Football Focus have ranked as a top 2 unit in all of college football. It's a long shot, basically. TLDR, it's a long shot, ladies and gentlemen. Much more of a long shot is what I should say than the Texas Tech game, but who knows? This is college football. We've seen upsets like this one before, and again, if Wyoming does pull this off, it would be one of the funniest upsets of not just this season, but maybe of all time. The market is also heavily leaning in Texas's favor, coming into this one as 29.5-point home favorites as of Thursday afternoon. No matter what happens, you'll be able to listen to all the action live tomorrow evening on 1410 AM and 106.9 FM KWYO, with pregame scheduled for 4:30 p.m. and kickoff scheduled for 6 p.m. Switching over to the Broncos. They had a very average day on Sunday, falling to the Las Vegas Raiders 17-16. The new era of Broncos offense under Sean Payton honestly felt like a lot more of the same. Russell Wilson was a little bit more efficient, which was good to see, and he finished with one of the better CPOs, completion percentage over expected, of the entire week, with a 15% CPO. However, it was a lot of dinking and dunking all day. Both of his touchdowns did come from passes of 10-plus yards, but out of all of his attempts, only 10 of them, including the touchdown, were the 2 touchdowns were further than 10 yards down the field. In fact, most of his attempts were under 5 yards down the field. He finished the day with only 1 big-time throw, according to PFF, and 1 turnover-worthy play, an average depth of target of only 4.1 yards and 0.2 yards per play. Jimmy Garoppolo was only slightly better than Russ, finishing with an EPA per play of 0.46, and also only had 1 big-time throw as well, but they did have an interception off of a tipped pass. On defense, the spotlight for the Broncos was definitely their run defense. They were able to swallow up last season's rushing leader, Josh Jacobs, to just 40 48 yards on 19 carries for a disappointing 2.5 yards per carry, with his longest run being just 7 yards. The pass rush for the Broncos was less impressive. The group was only able to finish the day with 6 total pressures, none of them ending in sacks. And of the 5 rushers who rushed the passer 10-plus times for the Broncos, only one of them had finished with 1 pressure. Looking forward to this week's matchup, the Broncos will be back at home taking on the Washington Commanders, and this matchup could be a one that the Broncos find themselves struggling in. The Commanders come into the matchup having one of the most talented defensive lines in the entire league, sporting guys like Montez Sweat, who finished last season with 8 sacks on 62 pressures, then as well as one of the best interior 1-2 punches in the entire NFL with Deron Payne, who had 12 sacks on 49 pressures, and Jonathan Allen, who had 8 sacks on 47 pressures. In fact, last year they finished with the 10th highest pressure percentage, and the rush defense finished with the 2nd highest expected points added in the NFL behind Tennessee. Behind the defensive line, though, they don't have a whole lot that's good enough to write home about. Kendall Fuller is their main CB1, and he's a solid option, but he's been in a slight regression since 2021. Jack Del Rio is their defensive coordinator, so you'll see a lot of big nickel defense, bringing in a safety into the box to try to stop the run and help out a less than stellar linebacking core. The offense is the big question mark for Washington. They decided to give the quarterbacking reins this season to Sam Howell, their 5th-round draft pick from North Carolina from last season, who flashed some promise last year after giving him a chance against Dallas in Week 18. He wasn't stellar in his game against the Cardinals, though. He wasn't very efficient, finishing with a 65% completion percentage, excluding throwaways and spikes, which is minus 6.8% lower than his completion percentage over expected, and finished with a negative 7.3 EPA total, negative 7.3 total EPA, and a negative 0.16 EPA per play. He was throwing the ball down the field more than expected, finishing with a 7.3 average depth of target, which was in the top 11 in the NFL in Week 1, but he just wasn't efficient enough and put the ball in danger a couple times too many to call it a good day. Commanders also have a pretty solid receiving core, Terry McLaurin and Jahan Dotson being the 1-2, with McLaurin being one of the better receivers in the league the last 5 years, and Jahan Dotson providing the speed and explosive playability from both out wide and in the slot. And with how bad Damari Mathis for the Broncos against Jacoby Myers was last week, I would expect the Commanders to target whoever Mathis is on, whether it be McLaurin or Dotson, avoiding Surtain's side of the field as much as possible, and see if Mathis can keep up this week. The run game isn't much to write home about. I think the Broncos will be able to slow them down on the ground, especially after slowing down the likes of Josh Jacobs. Brian Robinson got the most work at running back last week for the Commanders, and he put up a lot of the same numbers that Josh Jacobs did, finishing with the same number of attempts and just 11 yards more with no touchdowns, and that was against the Cardinals. If they want to bounce back this week, the Broncos will have to find a way to prevent a very good pass rush from getting into the backfield and pressuring Russell Wilson on offense, and on defense avoid one of Washington's 2 solid receivers, and especially Dotson, from running free and allowing a lot of big plays on the side of that Patrick Surtain is not on. We will see if the Broncos can get their first win of the season in Week 2 when they take on the Washington Commanders Sunday night. We will have all the action live for you on Sunday, with pregame scheduled for noon and kickoff scheduled for 2:25 p.m. on 1410 AM, 106.9 FM, KWYO. Looks like the Bronx and Tigers are getting ready to kick off the second half here in just a little bit. We're going to send it back out to Trevor at Homer Scott Field. I want to thank you very much for tuning in. I have been your host, James Timberlake, and you have been listening to the Bronx Halftime Report, presented by the Powderhorn.
Let's go. Yeah.
Membership certainly has its privileges, and nowhere is that felt more profoundly than at the Powderhorn. With 27 holes of championship golf, tennis courts, swimming pools, a fitness center, and many planned social activities, the Powderhorn has the ideal membership package for you and your family. Please consider this your invitation to start experiencing the Powderhorn today. To learn more about memberships, pricing, or to join the Powderhorn Club, you can email Sarah Langley, membership director, at sarah@thepowderhorn.com.
If you have employees coming to stay for an extended time in Sheridan, make them feel at home with a room at the Candlewood Suites. These extended stay rooms feature fully equipped kitchens, including a microwave, full-sized refrigerator, dishwasher, stovetop, even pots and pans, and free guest laundry. Did I mention the outstanding view of the Bighorns? Book your reservation with the Candlewood Suites and relax knowing they'll have more than just a room. They'll feel right at home. Call 307-675-2100.
Have you been in to see Sheridan Wyo Sports Cards yet? It's the spot to get your hands on incredible sports cards and memorabilia. Sheridan's premier spot for buying cards. All major sports cards, including fighting, wrestling, Pokemon, and even racing. These guys have hobby boxes for the serious collectors and packs for those getting started. Graded slabs from PSA, SGC, and if you have a big card to grade, talk to the guys to have your card submitted to PSA. Family friendly and located inside Sheridan Stationery Books and Gifts, 535 North Main, open 7 days a week.
You know what they say, if you're not first, you're last. For all your plumbing demands, choose A-Plus Plumbers and Appliance Repair. Commercial, residential, new construction, remodel jobs, and all repairs in between. A-Plus Plumbers and Appliance Repair, because they are number one in a number two business. Call 672-9454. That's 672-9454.
First Federal Bank and Trust would like to recognize this week's winner of $1,000 in cash and a $1,000 marketing donation match from Sheridan Media. As part of their community commitment, the Powder River Basin Trout Unlimited will be receiving these funds per random drawing.
We're giving $1,000 away every week to a qualified nonprofit organization. Next week, it could be your nonprofit. Visit our website, efirstfederal.bank, for details. First Federal Bank and Trust and Sheridan Media present Community Commitment, member FDIC.
Why be a nameless face at the big box stores when you can visit us at Hospital Pharmacy? Hi, this is Mandolyn Meyer. At Hospital Pharmacy, we get to know our customers and their health needs. Keep all your prescriptions in one place with a pharmacist that knows and cares about you. Visit your hometown, family-owned pharmacy at 2 great locations.
Hometown Pharmacy, hometown care at Hospital Pharmacy West.
Are you ready to celebrate? We are. This is Callie Drell, and I've recently joined First Bank of Wyoming. You're invited to the grand opening celebration of our newly built branch on Thursday, September 28th from 4 to 7 p.m. We'll have plenty of food, great company to mingle with, special giveaways, and more. Mark your calendar because you won't want to miss out. The festivities will be held at our new location at 460 East Brundage Lane on September 28th. We'll see you there. First Bank of Wyoming, division of Glacier Bank, member FDIC.
This is Patrick Johnson with Stifel Financial, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Welcome back, everybody, as we get ready to roll second half. A big thank you to our halftime sponsor, the Powderhorn, and again, Scotty, Homer Scott Jr. Scotty, we want you back at Homer Scott Stadium and the Homer Scott Field one more time, my friend. We just want you here, the godfather of Bronc football, and I know he's listening tonight. Scotty, known you for a long time. We just want to see you again out here at the ballpark. And now the Broncs lead 35-7. Rock Springs will get the ball. Now, the second half, as they get the ball, this is the tone setter. It depends on what side of the field you're on. Rock Springs is thinking, we got to do something to get back in this ball game. And the Broncs are like, let's smash them and finish this off, right. Ryan. That's the mentality of both sides.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, 35-7 is a big hill to climb, but you know what? No, it's high school football. You never know what's going to happen, but that's the mentality. Rock Springs wants to get back in this game, and the Broncs want to finish it right here.
Well, and I think, that first half, Rock Springs put together some good drives, but penalties just killed them.
The two positive things they had going. I mean, they had drives going. I mean, they really haven't threatened to score yet.
Hello, this is Benton Johnson with Sheridan Motor, and you're listening to...
But the one thing they did, they moved the ball a little bit, but then he said the penalties just killed them.
Yes.
And then the Broncs just said, okay, we'll capitalize on it.
They were very untimely penalties for Rock Springs.
Yeah. So Ty Gilbertson will boot it away. Back deep is Fowler and Anderson, and this will be out of the back of the end zone. Again, that's a weapon. I talked on the pregame show. We heard it tonight from Jeff Mowry that Ty can really boom it. And when you can stick people to 20 and not give them a chance, Ty is only allowed, so we're, 3.5 games into the season now, 1 return.
I was going to say, there haven't been a lot of returns against the Broncs.
He's only missed 1. And that is such a great weapon to stick people at the 20 and make them drive the field. So Fago will bring his guys back out. I'll tell you what about this Rock Springs club, though. They're gamers.
Yep, they're not going to lay down.
No, they're not going to lay down. Like the last couple of weeks, we saw the Cupcakes lay down. They're going to give it to Coombs running outside. The Broncs all over him. Oh, my goodness. What a play. Is that Jackson Lynn?
Yes, sir.
My goodness, what a play.
From that linebacker position, the far side linebacker.
Man.
He just ran parallel to that line of scrimmage, and
a loss of 2. Boy, that just tells you right there to come from the opposite side of the field and get the running back, Ryan, and a loss of 2. Wow.
What a play.
Great open, not only an open field tackle, but to come from that side and make the play by yourself. Loss of 2, 2nd and 12 for the Tigers at their own 18. Coombs will line up the backfield with Fagel. The man we want to see is the near side is Anderson, the number 1 wide receiver in the state in 4A. Fagel looking that way, going to throw, pump once, gets hit, incomplete. He pumped it once and then got hit, and that was all over. And Jackson Lynn was in the backfield along with him, putting on the heat. I think it was from the defensive line. Who was that? Number 63 for the Bronx at the time was Peyton Martineau. Was all over it as well. Martineau was right up the middle that time, helping put the heat along with Lynn. And now it's 3rd and 12. And the Tigers are starting off now. Again, we saw him hit the big one in Anderson. And I like Fagel. I like this kid. He throws a nice ball.
You can tell that he's
two-year starter,
some varsity football.
2-year starter. He throws a great ball, so they're dangerous. So 3rd and 12 from the 18-yard line. Let's see what the Bronx do here. If they're going to play it straight up, they will. Fagel to throw. Looking. Now he's going to get flushed. Still looking. He's in trouble, and they'll run him out of bounds, and the Rock Springs Tigers will punt it away. It'll be 4th and 5. Just nobody open.
Nope. Great coverage in the defensive backfield by the Bronx.
They had Anderson, their number 1 guy. Again, Anderson averaging about 100 yards a game. He's not even close to that tonight, but they had him in the middle of the field, and Fagel had nowhere to go, and they'll punt it away. And coming out, Michael Rubich will punt it away, and the always dangerous Dane Steele will come out with Cody Dunham. They're going to stand at their own 45, and here is the punt, and they'll just shank it out of bounds. You know what? Bronx will get great field position. This is going to be inside the Rock Springs 40. I don't blame them, though. It'll be at the Rock Springs 38, so the Bronx have a short field. I mean, pick your poison. I mean, Ryan, what do you do? I know we're only 16, 17 years old, and it's hard to say, hey, kick it out of bounds. But dang, 1st and 10 for the Bronx at the Rock Springs 39. That was kicked out of bounds on purpose, and Dom Berrettini ready to go again. Got his men in the backfield with him there. Kelton Crow and Taryn Grooms in the backfield with him. 1st and 10 for the Bronx at the Rock Springs 39. Opening play for the Bronx second half. They lead 35-7. Berrettini going to give it to Groomsy. Running to the right, cuts back, has some room, breaks a tackle, 25, 20. On the right sidelines.
He
lowers his head and down at the 2-yard line. Taryn Groomsy to the 2, and the Bronx ready to put a nail in this coffin.
Boy, I think if I think he tried to let that the defender run by him, and he ran into him.
Right at the 2.
So, what a great run, though.
Yeah, the Bronx ready to finish this ball game off right now. First play of the second half.
36-yard run.
They lead 35-7, and now ready to slam it in as Groomsy goes to the 2. And 1st and 10, and Dom Berrettini lines his guys up at the 2-yard line. 1st and goal Bronx as they get ready to slam the door right here. High snap, Berrettini will haul it in. Gets hit, he'll just eat it. And actually the ball is out. I don't think that's a fumble. I don't know. I think he tried to throw it. Didn't he? Incomplete pass.
Incomplete, yep.
I'm going to tell you what right now. Dom Berrettini, that took some onions right there, my friend.
Oh, yeah.
Dom's going down. He knows he's going to get sacked, and he threw it. And the official said it was an incomplete pass, so 2nd and goal from the 2. Hey, onions, my friend.
Yes.
It takes a little bit of onions to do that. Well, nice job, Dominic. So Berrettini will get the incomplete pass. Nice play, son. You're on your way down. So 2nd and goal from the 2. We'll try it again. Again, that was just a high snap that was hard to handle. And now Berrettini will take the snap. Good, clean one. And Dom will give it up the gut, and the Bronx are in for the score, I believe. This is going to be a touchdown. And no, they're going to stay short of the goal line by about a half yard. It was Taryn Grooms again. Just didn't quite get there. Now 3rd and goal. So the Bronx a couple of cracks out of here with just coming up to the 10-minute mark, third quarter. 35-7 Bronx. 3rd and goal for the Bronx, and the ball, Ryan, would you say that's about 6 inches from the goal line?
It might even be closer.
It's 3rd and goal. And Berrettini, Groomsy, and he will slam it in for the score.
Nice.
Taryn Grooms gets his first touchdown tonight, and the Bronx extend the lead. So Groomsy from a yard out extends the Bronx lead to 41-7, 9:57 to play. So Rock Springs forced to punt, and the Bronx slam it in quickly. Again, the big running play from Taryn Grooms got him to the 2, and it's nice you can reward somebody.
Yes.
You can get him the touchdown after he set it up.
Right.
And now Gilby on for the point after. Ty Gilbertson in there for the point after. Dane Steele holds. Good clean snap, kick up, and it is knocked right down the middle with 9:57 to play in the third quarter on the Ring scoreboard. It's Sheridan 42, Rock Springs 7. You're listening to the Bronx on 1410 KWYL, 106.9 FM, and our live video web stream, SheridanMedia.com.
As the premier sponsor, we're so excited for this year's YO Film Festival. This is Doris with ERA Carroll Realty. This is a weekend you do not want to miss. It all starts with a Friday feature film on September 28th, followed by a Saturday and Sunday lineup of thought-provoking, humorous, and action-packed movies, movie shorts, and documentaries. Find out more and get tickets at wildfilmfest.org. ERA Carroll Realty. We're about more than real estate. We're about family, friendship, and community.
Hello, this is Benton Johnson with Sheridan Motor, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Welcome back, everybody. Well, Rock Springs again went 3 and out in the Bronx. Made him pay, and that was on the ground that time. It was Taryn Grooms to the 2, and you and I were talking during the commercial break. It's nice that Taryn did the work to get to the 2-yard line, and then they reward him with getting the touchdown. So that's cool. 42-7 Bronx, and again, a quick score, and Ty Gilbertson booms it away, and this will be out of the back of the end zone. We were laughing. Excuse me. Laughing today, or yesterday with Jeff Mowry. Ty's kicked off a lot.
Yeah.
They've scored a lot of points.
Yes.
They're averaging over 50 a game. And I said, is that leg getting tired? And Jeff said, no, it's just getting stronger.
Right.
He's a boomer. Ty, again, this season, one kick has... Excuse me, again. One